Oh, oh, there we go. Hey, hi, hello, good evening. Welcome to the middle of the week. I hope you're hanging in there or that you're completely crushing all opposition before you. Either way, you're halfway there, and so why not kick back and relax for a bit? Good evening to you too. How are you? Hello, Molecular Shadow Fox. Sup? Hello, Godfather. Welcome to you both. Thanks for being here. I am doing pretty well, right? Week has been pretty easygoing so far. It's been quiet, right? Work has been pretty routine, and nothing too big has happened this week either. So it's been calm. So I'll toast to that, right? And but for as far as I can tell, the rest of this week should also be similarly calm. So, yeah, feeling good. How's everyone doing tonight? How's everyone doing this Wednesday? Hope y'all are doing great, because we are about to embark on a new journey here. Project Cars, developed by Slightly Mad Studios. This is like on the more like the regulation side of racing. We're gonna go back to the professional circuit after driving on Oahu for like 2 months. We're just gonna do a world tour of the big official tracks once again, perhaps in a slightly different context. Because yeah, these folks, they've worked on a, well, as far as I know them, right? They started. Well, maybe they didn't start, but I know them as far as they started on, is it Need for Speed Shift? Right, this is when like Need for Speed was trying to branch out in like a dozen different directions. So they had Shift, which was like the professional side of racing. Apparently that did well enough where they let the studio make a Shift 2 Unleashed. Yeah, they dropped Need for Speed. I guess they were trying to like spin it off into their own series, but as much as we got for Shift, and then if they worked on anything in between then and Project Cars, I'm not quite sure, but then they made this. If I remember correctly, this was a crowdfunded project which took off, so this did well, and then they made Project Cars 2, and then I think there was like a change in people who worked on this, because Project Cars 3, if I remember correctly, had different publisher, I want to say. You know what's really funny? This game is published by Bandai Namco. I guess Bandai Namco wanted like a big old driving game to add to their portfolio, so they tried this out, and who knows? But yeah, good. Thanks, chilling out for the most part, and been working on my project car. Ooh, how appropriate! You're working on your project car, and I'm here playing Project Cars. I know it's barely similar, but yeah. So, without further ado, let's go to new. We're gonna make a new profile here. I like how the fields here are named forename, surname, nickname. Well, nickname makes sense, but forename and surname. I think I've heard surname before, but I don't think I've ever heard forename. Imagine people in other regions might call it a forename, but I've always heard it as like either like a given name or like a first name. Of course, surname is like family name or last name. But wow, just a new way to kind of refer to names of people. Yeah, all our forms and stuff have forename. Ah, okay. In any case, probably imagine what I'm gonna input here. Azure Gale. What's my nickname? I guess. Oh, at WMD is required. Okay. Wait, what does WMD stand for? World Motorsports Division, I want to say. We'll go with that. Yeah. Guess we'll go with Azure Gale. Okay. What's my nationality? Oh, wow. Oh wait, was I not supposed to show that to people? I mean, I mean, you could probably would have intuited what that handle would have been anyway, but okay. Nationality. Oh, this one's easy. Where is the United States? There we go. Guess what? I'm American. Car number. I'm assuming we can pick up the 99 for this one, so. Let's go with 85. I like 85. So the first time I entered this menu, you have like for the first time you enter most of these menus in this game, you have a little voice pops up that kind of tells you the overview of this stuff, and the voice popped up here saying, "Oh yeah, you can start a career with this profile, and you have these goals on the side here." I'm guessing these are like the big ones you want to shoot for, right? 0 to hero. Win the LMP1 World Championship within 10 seasons. So that's the one that's on the clock. Now, defending champ. Defend the championship for 3 consecutive years. Which is, oh man. And then triple crown. Win 3 championships in 3 different motorsport disciplines. I'm guessing this is our overall goals here. Don't know if we'll reach them in this playthrough, but yeah. Okay, so let's go to next.
Now choose from one of the many starting points.
Oh wow, okay.
You can start in any of the available motorsports, and by competing successfully, you'll receive contract offers to participate in other motorsports.
Alright. Wow. I'm guessing we can choose anything from tier 4 or below. Well, why don't we just start? Let's start from the beginning. We'll start with Kart 1.
Congratulations. A team is interested in hiring you as a driver. Take a look at and sign the contract so we can begin.
Wow. They're really making this feel like super duper official. Like is this what a real racer would go through? Only one race number for all of my cars. Oh, what number would that be? What number would everyone pick? What would your race number be? 13. Ha, that makes sense. That's a pretty good hardcore number right there. Lets people know, yeah, I'm serious. Even with the most bad luck, I will kick your butt. I get it. Look, they even censored out my name as if I was gonna put in my real name anyway. Kart 1 contract offer. Dear Azure Beep, glad to finally make your acquaintance. We would like to extend an offer for you to come and drive for Torque Riders next year in the Kart 1. Your previous experience put you on our radar as being an individual that we believe can support fully within the team and whom can get the best out of our 125cc shifter kart. Wow. So slightly above beginner level. At least that's what Mario Kart has led me to believe. If this sounds like something you're interested in, we'd be extremely happy to get the ball rolling on drawing up a contract. Thank you for your time, and we hope to hear back soon. Joey Negri, team owner. Oh, whoa, okay. So there's actually like 2 of them. Huh. As you may be aware, Dark Nitro currently has a spot available next season, or for a driver next season, and after careful deliberation, your name came up as the perfect candidate. Therefore, we would be delighted if you would consider joining Dark Nitro next season to drive our 125cc shifter kart to the championship victory. Let us know at your earliest convenience if this interests you, and we'll get the contract ready. Thank you for your time, and we hope to hear back soon. Brent Hopkin, team owner. Okay, so we have Torque Riders based in Spain, Dark Nitro based in the United Kingdom. With the asterisks, it's like those classified documents that have redacted black bars on the words and names, right? It's like something you'd see in the Black Ops cutscene. This is like one of those documents that would quickly zoom by in the background. Nice touch with your stylus, yeah. I like those little details. It looks like doesn't matter which group I sign up with. I'm going to start with a 125cc shifter kart, so just gonna flip back and forth. I'll just pick one at random. And go.
Welcome to the
All right, Torque Riders it is.
This is where many successful racing champions
Basically,
started
eeny,
out,
meeny, miny,
and a
moe that.
great place to learn the basic principles of competitive racing. You'll start out in a short national series.
Start at the
followed
very
by the
beginning.
entry karting
It's a very good place to start.
Each round features a sprint race and a main race. Points are scored by the top 8 finishers.
So it's
Bonus
like
points are awarded for fastest qualifying time and fastest
Ah,
race
okay.
lap time. The pit lane is open for refueling, repairs, and tire changes.
Oh, of course you can spit out.
It's time to start your karting career.
Let's go. I wonder if they have a beginning video
This
for
is
like
your
each of
career
these
dashboard.
things.
Here you can read news articles from Sim Racer reporting on the various motorsports seasons that are currently running and see what your fans are talking about. It looks like you have a message waiting already in your inbox.
Oh man, it's like my desktop. Oh wow, we can check stuff out. All right, let's tab
This
over
is
to the
where
inbox.
Contract offers, invitations, and messages from your team will appear. It looks like you have a welcome message from your team.
Hey. Pete Borish at TorqueRiders.com. Let's see. He's our race engineer. He's not one for words, so he's keeping it short. The car's ready, and I'll make sure it stays that way. Just make sure you do your part out there, and we'll be going home with the championship cup. Shout out if you need anything. Accept a conversation. Joey Negri, your manager, will help you with that. Pete Borish. I wonder how much of this is like a hey, we have a template here, and just insert names as appropriate. Let's see. It's great to have you on board, Torque Riders. We're looking forward to this season ahead with you in the driver's seat. Pete Borish, your new race engineer, is very excited to have you driving our 125cc shifter car, as he believes you're just the right person to get the most out of it. Okay, let's go win this one, Joey Negri. Also, what kind of mail software are they using? I've never seen like any sort of email software that kind of lays out the messages in quite this format. Yeah, I know it's a video game interface, and they got to make it video game friendly, so I can appreciate it in that regard, right? Try to make it too much like a real interface, and just things start getting awkward, right? Because some things are just not meant for controller usage, right? This takes me back to my go-karting days. Oh man, I think the closest I've ever gotten to like a driving vehicles for amusement is like bumper cars. That said, my brothers do like to go-kart on occasion. Yeah. So they like to, yeah, whenever we meet, they always like to try to arrange like dates. They're like, hey, you gonna do this thing tomorrow? And be like, yeah, sure, yeah, we can just like get together and do the thing. Fun times. Okay.
This tab shows
Oh.
results from every motorsport in the career calendar.
This is
Here you
like
can track your
everything
race
I've ever
results
done.
and standings in your current series, view results from previous events you've raced in, and see results for all the other motorsport races that are happening in the world.
Oh, it's like the world around me is moving, even though I'm the only one. It's not like I'm the only one doing things, right? Oh, here we go. The overview. Grid placement is randomly decided. The main race grid placement is decided by each driver's finishing position in a sprint race. Let's see, sprint race is a standing start, and the main race is a rolling start. Oh man, I want to see how rolling starts work. Hopefully, I gotta admit, I've still got bad flashbacks to Forza Motorsports rolling starts, so hopefully this game's got good rolling starts. Let's see, top 8 finishers. Wow, look at that points disparity. First place gets 15, and 8th place gets 1, and I imagine everyone below that gets bupkis. And then fastest lap is 5 points per race. I do like how you can watch the video again, I guess if you want to see that sweet, sweet cutscene. Okay, so how do I... start? I guess I just pick this, the torque option.
The career calendar shows
Oh.
the championships, series, and events for all motorsports being held throughout the year. Right now, you'll only be eligible for the motorsport your team is currently participating in. If you want to enter other motorsports, you'll need to impress the teams that race there and sign a new contract with them. The start of your season is today, so let's get some more information on your first event.
Oh yeah? Well, just fast forward me to January 14th. This is where it all begins, huh? UK Kart Nationals.
can see all the sessions that take place on this day. You can only enter sessions that are part of your current sport. You can
makes
drive,
sense.
skip, or simulate any of the practice and qualifying sessions. If you skip qualifying, you'll be placed last on the grid for the race.
Oh, man.
When simulated, a result will automatically be calculated for all participants. You can also scale the length of each session within the minimum and maximum length limits.
So wait, is simulation like relative to my skill level? So if I play like a god for one lap and then just simulate the rest of the career, I'm good? Nah, I kid. And after karting, hit up the food court for some nice fast food. Oh yeah. always that cooldown period where you just socialize and just talk about all the stuff that's happened. Wow, wait. Oh, okay. Wow, session length. I can switch that up. I'm assuming 100% means it's true to life, and 5% gives us like an abridged version. Opponent skill. Why is this so granular? I do like how allow restarts is its own option too, so you either gotta commit to whatever you got, or you can choose to retry. We'll keep it at 25 for now and see how that works. Can't skip. Okay. Well, I guess they want me to drive. Actually, try it out before they start letting me, fast forward these kinds of things. 14 turns. I like how they tell you the number of turns are in a track. So.
Okay, this is your first career race. You can make any final adjustments to your vehicle setup, change tires, and finalize any pitting strategy.
Wait, a pit strategy?
You'll notice
this
that
is just like decide how much fuel to enter and what tires to swap in.
The minimum duration that you need to drive before you can simulate the rest of the race. All right, tap the drive button as soon as you're ready to start your race.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Change tires, and then, wow, you can even change the tire pressure, fix damage. Why would you not just, like, check yes for each of them, right? If a part is broken, then you obviously want it replaced, right? Very epic music, too, that orchestral buildup. I've noticed that, especially in the main menu. There's a sense of, like, extreme drama, right? They want to make this whole racing thing seem like the most epic thing possible. I think this game was, like, released around that time period where it seemed like every sim racer had that big epic music thing going. Like, I remember Forza Motorsport 5 also had, like, similarly orchestral soundtrack, and people were just like, all right, this is pretty overwhelming. Okay, that's the same. All right, I guess we can just start driving, see how this goes. Wow, just right into it. Oh, man. Well, they called it Project Cars for a reason. Aw, oh, jeez, okay. Oh, man, I am not. Is there... I have to check the controls. See, maybe I can... Oh, boy. You know what? I've gotten, like, so used to having rewinds in games like, Forza and... Forza and the Crew that I instinctively tried to press Y when I ran into that wall there, but nah, this is reality, or at least some resemblance of it. You don't get rewinds in this regard. Cut track, lap time invalidated. That tracks. Muscle memory, right? Damn you, muscle memory. think TV Tropes actually has a whole section on that. Usually related to like games in their sequels or games in the same series or maybe games of like similar types where you will expect a button to do a thing and then it doesn't do that thing. Can I try again? It's not the best, to be honest. Hey there! Hello, Venom! How are you doing? Is there camera options? I'm actually gonna check that now. Gonna go to options and see what the controls are. Oh, okay, it looks like X is change view. Alright, so I have to remember that. I might have to change the career settings too, because I think even 25 might be a little bit much for me. Great, and you? I am doing pretty well. This week has been pretty easygoing, so I can appreciate that. How? Yeah, it's good to hear you're doing great as well. Yeah. Here, what if the bump this down to 5? Okay. Mental note: press X. Oh, enter. There we go. Yeah. I'll apologize in advance if you're expecting anything, any sort of like master craft driving. Definitely won't find it here. I enjoy these games. I'm not exactly the best at them. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Chase cam. This is the kind of stuff I like. I have to remember, this is merely a sprint race, so I'm assuming we just have to try to post as good of a lap as possible. Oh, jeez. Really wants you to stick with the driving line. If you're accelerating even a bit too much into a turn, you're gonna pay for it. Yeah, this might take getting a little used to. Wow. I think I did better on my first run. Can I try that again? We'll keep trying this a few times until we'll get ourselves a decent enough position. Maybe if I get like top half, we'll go with top half. I can get top half. That'll be good. Yeah, but I'd say even Forza provides you a bit of leniency, you know. This one is much more unforgiving. Alright, I just need to get ahead of here. There we go. I mean, that's the thing with these games, right? Sometimes you gotta kind of take a few runs to get used to how things work, but eventually you'll figure it out, right? You'll figure out how far you can go, and then you can work from there. That, plus them carts are very squirrely. I can imagine they probably have to be very maneuverable, considering... I mean, I've at least seen the go-kart tracks, and yeah, they tend to have
Here you can see the race results.
pretty tight turns and stuff, so you need them to be responsive, right?
Along with the points that each driver earned. If the series assigns team points, then you will also see the team points on this screen.
Oh yeah, look at that! I got 20 because I'm guessing I got fastest laps. All right.
This table shows the driver and team standings in the current championship, based on the accumulated points earned in the races so far. Use this table to track how you and your team are doing in your pursuit of the championship crown. You can advance directly to the next round, or you can return to the career dashboard and continue the series at a later time.
Oh, I like that. So you don't have to do it all in one go. Right? If you just want to do like one race at a time, you're totally free to do so. I like it. Now I get to start pole position. At least I thought I did. Okay. Rolling start still feels a bit awkward, but given I couldn't see the other cars, I maybe it's still awkward. I don't know. Definitely it looks like carts trying to pass their way through rather than, you know, something that feels like a more natural rolling start. I don't know. I used to be part of like a robotics team back in the day, and at the very least, the league we were at, they eventually introduced like what they called an autonomous round for the robots. So like the first 30 seconds would just be like pre-programmed actions that everyone's robot would do. Kind of reminds me of that, right? This is like that rolling start is like the autonomous round. Other carts just like pathing their way through the track to try to, you know, to stay on track and stuff, right? God, look at that, Daniel Clayton. You know, maybe 10. 10 is a bit too low. Maybe I can try cranking this up a little bit. I mean, this track is short, so I'm not surprised that this goes by quickly. I have a lot of memories playing that game, but I will say the second is better simply because it has autocross as a category mixed between dirt and asphalt race. Oh, you mean rallycross? Yeah, that's the word I've been searching for 5 minutes. Love me some rallycross. Great track day right there. I do want to play Project Cars 2. I have that in my library as well. Thankfully, I have both Project Cars and Project Cars 2, because neither of them are sold on Steam anymore. I lucked out too, because I remember seeing an article, I forget where, but it was like, yeah, Project Cars is gonna go offline in like a few hours, so you better grab everything you can, so I did. At least I got most of what I could. Anyways, round 1. It's done. First place. So I'm guessing 2 more rounds like this with a sprint and the circuit. And then we will find ourselves at the end here. Oh, okay. So it's like, oh, each round is just 1 day. Oh, okay, so yeah, round 2 is the next week. Look at you in the news there. Wait, what? Adam Gleed, wait. Oh man, I think I missed it. Was it in the ticker? There's also the fan chat. I like that. There's like a simulated, not Twitter, going on the side here. Well, that amazing WMD is on fire right now. Superb skill out there. Literally rewound some of these passing moves again and again. I am their hero. Wow. What a legend. Yo, I just like did one race, y'all. Calm down a little bit. Just a bit. It talked about me winning. Oh man. I had to look more carefully next time. Alright, let's get in here. Let's do round 2, and I'm actually gonna bump up here to 10. See how that goes. The third one looks nothing like the 2 others, looks way more arcade. I did read about that, and I noticed that was like when like some of the developers or publishers changed hands as well. A bit unfortunate, because it looks like if you want to play people who got into Project Cars, and you know, at the very least, what was pitched was like, this is gonna be your race day experience, right? You're gonna get to feel like you're out there driving. So if someone had like a proper wheel rig and everything, they could probably feel like they're driving the cars, right? The fanboys and girls are out enforcing that Twitter feed, yeah. They're like, yes, you are my new Oshi. Can you imagine that? A racing Oshi. I imagine that people have already made jokes about that. It's actually pretty funny, like how many things you could apply Oshi to. Right? It's not just VTubers and idols. Like, no, just be senpai. You know, I was like, Steam Next Fest is on, right? That's when it's the big old event where Steam starts promoting a bunch of demos for everyone to try out. And as I've done the past few Next Fest, I've been doing threads of just, hey, check out these demos, they're cool. And I think one of the more fun parts about doing those threads is when you get a company or like someone related to the game going, or yeah, you get that notification saying, yeah, the company or the Twitter account related to the game likes this tweet. Like, yeah, this is part of the reason why I do it, because you want to signal boost the stuff that's cool, and that's always fun, right? It's like how I put out my tweets like, yay, check out the game, that one game, right? The one with the where you get to explore beachside town, and then I had the Twitter account of the game going, yeah, we like this. It's happened for other things too. I think the one that surprised me the most was when I put up my VOD of What the Car. I think I had the devs of What the Car actually comment on that VOD and go, well, yeah, we hope you're looking forward to the full version of the game. And of course I had to reply. I was like, yes, I totally look forward to it. It's gonna rule. It does make me wonder though. It's like, man, these people I wonder if they just like either browse the hashtag or just like go search. Alright, so let's see what people are saying about our game here, right? They just type in their game in the search bar and see who's talking about it currently. I remember talking about Frogun too, right? I put up like the old Frogun VOD I did, and also like mentioned, oh wow, I didn't realize there was a Frogun sequel coming out, and the Frogun dev liked all of my tweets about Frogun. So that was pretty fun too. Make it less creepy with those legs. If only. Yeah, legs give that game a whole lot more personality. Let's It's what makes it so delightfully absurd. The only other game which has good balance in between swim and arcade is Gran Turismo 7, but I ain't paying a PS5 just for that game, even though there's also Stellar Blade. Looks cool too. Oh yeah, Stellar Blade. I heard it's like a pretty decent Souls-like character action, so I'm actually at the point where it's like, yeah, I'm hoping that goes multi-platform. Mind you, GT7 is just a money pit with that awful game economy. I've definitely heard not good things about how little money they give you. It honestly feels like that in most of the racing games. Like, even the crew tends to be pretty stingy. Right, even if you find yourself like a good farming setup, you're probably going to be driving for a few minutes to afford even one car. Have I checked out the Solar Crown demo? I noticed there was a Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown demo out. Unfortunately, my hard drive was like a little bit bloated with all the other demos I have, but once I start clearing those out, I might download it and give it a go, because I remember watching some old videos of like the old Test Drive Unlimited games, and you can certainly see how those folks went on to make things like like Midnight Club and those sorts of games, right? Oh yeah, look, here I am, the first two articles. Round 2 of the Kart 1 UK Nationals Torque Riders. Azure Beep takes first place in a spectacular win at Glencairn West. Beep beat Malte Wu in an exciting race that puts them in good position for the next round. We've earned this win. The team worked incredibly hard, and we pulled it off, said Beep during the press conference afterwards. Wait, I said that? Oh, man, these last few days have been such a haze, man. Oh yeah, and we have another article. I like how it's just they even have the same picture, right? They didn't try to make it like different publication or anything. They just have two different templates that they inserted names into and put it up there. Ah well. Ooh, wow, look at that. SX Cruise is like back to back to back, 3 in a row, loving this season. Hashtag Team Beep. Alright, I'm starting to make a name for myself. Not a bad foundation, just they need some tweaks. Ooh. 2 messages too. Yeah, you know what? Let's look at them. Ah, from Negri. I don't want to jinx it, but this could be the start of a streak. Keep it up. Consistency is everything out there. We'll do everything we can to support you. That's it. 2 in a row. Great work out there. Hey, you know what? A little encouragement goes a long way, right? So that is much appreciated. All right, part 3. So we get a week off, and now here we are at the start of February. Round 3 of 3 of the Nationals. Alright, do I want to just, like, push it even further? Do I want to try 15? Sure, let's do that. I mean, that's like real life. Sadly, automobile racing is the most expensive sport, so it kind of makes sense that you don't get a lot of money. The little money you get is going straight back into the car. I learned that the hard way building a car for a track day. You gotta be extra careful too, right? Because those parts be costly, so you don't want to mess things up. So you gotta double check and triple check and make sure that you got all the math right, because nothing worse than a part that doesn't work or just like you end up breaking one way or another, I imagine. Alright, let's just get in here. Let's drive, baby. Let's see how well I do at skill 15. Yeah, they dropped me in the front of the pack, alright. Probably won't get the most accurate readings, but okay, Seville here is giving me a run for my money. Alright, alright. Alright, So 15 might be my upper limit here. Oh, jeez. Just gotta overtake them on the straights and try not to go out of control. Follow that driving line. They're dead serious about it. If you don't slow down, then... Man! God, pretty darn good at turns, let me tell you. Also, going off-road kind of hits you something fierce, doesn't it? Might put this down to 12. Hey, second's a pretty good result. I'll go with that. Oof. Of course, I missed out on the fastest lap points because I kept going off track. But you know what? I'm still smoking them. Nothing left to do except take it home. Did anyone check out like the game showcases that happened last week? I think briefly talked about like the Summer Games Fest last Friday, but there were some other things that happened over the weekend too, right? There was the Wholesome Games Direct, there was like the Devolver Direct, there was also the Xbox conference that happened, and the Ubisoft Forward, and the PC Gamer Show. Apparently they've done this for 10 years. It's really wild. I think the one show that impressed me the most after Summer's Games Fest was actually the Xbox presentation. It's because they do the thing that the people want, right? Just give us wall-to-wall trailers. Just right, don't try to put in any sort of skits or any behind-the-scenes looks. Save that for another time. It was all gameplay. Ooh, excuse me. Most of the time, and it rocked. And they had some really good ones there too. Like I remember Perfect Dark. I think that was probably my surprise of the show and my favorite. Boy, howdy, does that trailer leave me excited for what they might have in the future. I think my views were shared amongst my friends and the general public too, because everyone was like, wow, this looks promising. Bless you! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, no fastest lap, but that's okay. We're still first, baby. Friends were all expecting Forza Horizon 6 to be announced. I was like, you've more chance of Nelson getting his eye back. Oof. Yeah, I think we'll probably be a little bit, right? They'll probably still keep supporting Horizon 5 and put all their effort into motorsport for now. Give it another year or two, we might see Horizon 6. Might. Anyways, we got ourselves a champion at this Kart 1 UK Nationals. Look at that. Alright, back to the dashboard we go. New mail driver network updated. Alright. That beep takes the win. Azure beep fought his way. Huh. You know, I thought they were just gonna like keep referring to like the player racer as they them, but I guess it depends on the template. Anyways, Beep fought their way to victory with a resounding win at Chesterfield during round 3 of the Kart 1 UK Nationals. The win puts Beep into first position. Beep was joined by Dominic Becker and Vil Hupana in the second and third positions. Oh, yeah, and Vil Hupana finishes top in Kart 1 round 3 because they got the sprint. They got first place in that sprint. It's in development, but it'll be a while because they're working on that Fable game at the same time. Oh yeah! There's a trailer for that too. I was actually sharing some of the stuff in my friend's Discord channel, right? Just one my friends all hang out at, and one of my friends came back with, "Dude, y'all didn't share this Fable trailer?" And I just responded with, "There was a lot of good stuff. That one kind of slipped through the cracks. Sorry." But yeah, that Fable 1 looked like it'll probably be good. Your friends need to chill. Forza Horizon 6 has been out for like 3 years. They're gonna milk it dry. Don't remind me with all the cash grab car packs. Yeah! They could have just done like a year 2 car pass, I don't know. Or year 3, year 4, whatever year they're on now. But it wouldn't make them as much money, right? Wow, great win, mate, Pete Borish. Yeah. I mean, Pete did say he wasn't going to be a person of many words, and he's kind of living up to that. Beep for the win. Boom, here comes Beep. Love seeing pros in the zone like that. Hashtag eat my dust, sheesh. Part of me wonders if like all the little pictures beside him are all pictures of the dev team. They just sent out an email going, "Alright, so just take a picture of yourself, make it look like something you would put on your social media profile, and then send it over to us." Alright, so what's up next? Do we just like go on to the next thing? Yeah, Kart 1 Championship. We keep Moat going. Roll this back. This is round 1 of 5. Whew, okay. Gonna be a bit longer. I don't get why your name is redacted. I'm not quite sure of that either. Like, did they expect people to use their real name for this? Cause I wasn't gonna do it. Even if I were to play this on my own time, I wouldn't have put in my real name. Like, that's just not a thing that I do. And I imagine they obviously don't do this for, like, the real life stuff either. They wouldn't purposely redact the name, because, you know, all my competitors' names are very much not redacted. Yeah, they redact that and the handle as if this was, like, sensitive information. Maybe the game thinks it's a slur or something. You know what? Maybe that's it. Maybe that could be it. Something in Gale is like something the game doesn't quite agree with, right? Like, I'm trying to think though. What would they have to censor? That's some Microsoft level censorship then. It is a bit overwrought. Also, why censor out the entire word? Is it so that people can't figure out exactly what the forbidden letter combination is and then try to work their way around it? They're just like, nah, you keep them guessing, even if it isn't that much of a guess. Alright, let's get back in here. Going to Dubai Kartdrome. Back to the Microsoft conference. There was also Doom Dark Ages. It's like, what, medieval Doom? Why? Also, it's probably going to be pretty cool regardless. That trailer had some really sweet things in there. I think the one that stood out to me the most was was like like some sort of spewing Gatling gun that used crushed skull bits as ammo. That's about as metal as it gets, right? You see like the Doom Slayer just jam a skull in there. You start cranking the skull and you see little skull pieces fly out and hit all the enemies. That was pretty wild. They also had like robotic dragons. Oh yeah, there was the chainsaw shield as well. Right, just revved it up and then threw it Captain America style. My only hope is that the game doesn't just have like big open battlefields. I'm sure that looks plenty impressive in a trailer, but I like me a good corridor combat, or at the very least, arena combat with some platforms and things that kind of jump around, right? Make it look like a Quake arena, or an Unreal Tournament arena, or I guess a Doom multiplayer arena. There was also South of Midnight. They actually showed this last year, but I guess they had some gameplay, or at least something that resembled gameplay. It's kind of cool. I like the setting, right? I don't think you see too many games that are kind of set in the American South the way that this one is. And it leads heavily into the Bayou themes, too. Like, the main character is accompanied by a giant catfish. Of course, there's all sorts of magic floating around. And the animation style is interesting. Reminds me of Spider-Verse with the way it's like deliberately, at a lower frame rate. Everything animates at a lower frame rate, I should say. Sounds like Jill's sawn-off shotgun in Resident Evil extension that uses coins for ammo. Oh my god, I forgot that was a thing. It was like, yeah, this ruined world currency is worthless, so why not convert it into ammo? It'll be of some use that way, right? I guess the one thing that did surprise me, right, outside of Perfect Dark, I mean, is this game, I think it's called,
That was a great drive. The perfect way to start the championship.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize we were going to have, like, people radioing in. Although I guess that makes sense, but... Where were you in the first event? Or did you, like, come on because I won the first event? Not sure. Yeah, as I was saying, the other game that surprised me, I think it was called Claire Obscure Expedition 33? Or something like that, but the setting was like interesting enough where, I don't know, it was like a group of people trying to take out someone called the Paintress, but the gameplay, interestingly enough.
Get ready, I'll call the green.
Where was the call? You didn't call the green. I didn't hear green or anything like that. You failed the radio person. But anyways, Claire Obscure Expedition 33 looks a lot like a turn-based RPG. I was rather shocked to see like portraits and HP and MP meters in like one corner. And it reminds me a lot like, I don't know, it looks like it's going to be a cross of like Persona, Final Fantasy, and Paper Mario? Because it looked like it had action commands. Like, there were certain points where the characters would have to time their presses or like aim their weapons to try to get that bonus damage in there. That alone has me interested in the game, and I'm actually going to follow that one. Following the Xbox show, I also watched the PC gaming show because it was like Sunday afternoon. I really didn't have anything better to do. But yeah, going from the Xbox show to the PC show was
That's a great first
something.
lap. Nice job. Now try and extend your lead.
Because the Xbox show was that sort of new format, just fucking blitzed the viewers with trailers back to back, minimal people talking, and it was great for that. and the PC gaming show felt a bit more of like an older style conference, where they did have like the parts where they did show trailers back to back, but they also interspersed in between them, like the behind the scenes developer stuff, and weirdly enough, like skits between the hosts as well. Definitely felt like someone watched a lot of giant bomb videos and was like, "Ooh, I want to do some funny things too," but they didn't all quite hit. Right? I think my friend who was watching along with me said, "Yeah, they should probably not quit their day job." They didn't literally say that, but they essentially said something like that. They did show some interesting games there too. And admittedly, like some of the demos I'm trying out now was because I saw them on the PC gaming show, right? Things like Odinfall and the anthropomorphic animal adventure game. Sadly, I can't remember the name off the top of my head. Sorry. They're the ones who liked it, liked my tweet and everything. I'm like, oh man. I think it was called On Your Tail. I want to say that was the title. Something like it. Floof's ears prick up. Oh yeah, no. Every character in that game is like anthropomorphic. It's kind of impressive. Variety of animals too. They not only had like dogs and cats, but they were also like buffalo and variety of birds and yeah, all sorts. Bring it on! I figured that would be right up your alley. It's a pretty chill game. Nothing there that requires any sort of super intense action. Mostly just like running around, talking to people. The two parts they had in the demo. Right, one of them was just like, meet a guy, let him take you around town, and the other part was, hey, there's a mystery, go talk to the people and see if you can figure something out about it. Yes, On Your Tail, that's the name of the game. Okay. I'm good, I'm glad I didn't mess that up. Sign me up now, haha. Yeah. Well, it's on Steam, and they have a demo out, so you can check it all out in its glory. I had fun with it. I will probably check out the full version at some point down the line. There we go. Another victory at Dubai Kart Dome. Yep, I finished ahead of rivals Felix Halen and Stephanie Martin. With more points on the board, Beep's performance moved Torque Riders into a solid place in the championship after the first round. I wonder if the top two articles are always going to be about me. Credit is where credit's due, though. They picked two different pictures this time around. Wow, third time's a charm. I'm glad they are taking note of this. Plenty more time for Azure Beep 85. And that's a number 85. That's not like a hashtag 85. Or is it a hashtag 85? I don't know. Could be both. Maybe this fan chat service does like 2 character hashtags. Pete Boris says, great job out there. We're analyzing the data and I'm supposed to visit their office tomorrow? That's flavor. That's all flavor. Joey is like, we're halfway through the season now. I want to see more points on the board, both for yourself and the team. Keep pushing, Azure. Joey Negri. That's my evening game sorted tomorrow then, after I do the Forza playlist. Haha, there you go. It is a fairly short demo. There's a lot to do, but definitely get through it in one evening. Alright, so I guess we go to round 2 now. Guy said we're halfway through, so I'm assuming it's just that previous championship and this one, and then the season will be done? It's pretty quick then. Alright, why don't we bump that up to 13? See how everyone handles then. Oh, and I did watch the Ubisoft show as well. That was on Monday for me, but the one thing I was like most interested in is just seeing what they had in store for the future for the Crew Motorfest. They at least delivered on that front, right? They talked about the new playlist and the season that they were going to start up in July, and then they said, "Oh yeah, we're going to introduce like a whole ass new island." So I think starting the season after that, we're going to get to drive around Maui as well as Oahu. And then they also teased like a paid DLC expansion, which I guess is going to revolve around chases. Makes me wonder like how many playlists will be involved in that. I guess depending on how things go. We might return to the Crew Motorfest for a revisit maybe a few months down the line. I'll keep playing like the playlist and the events and stuff on my own time. But hey, we might get to see that game again, which is fine because hey, Motorfest is pretty cool. At least I found it cool. The other thing I was interested in that they talked about there was Prince of Persia. Right, they teased a downloadable expansion for the Lost Crown, which is pretty neat. And then they teased some new stuff for the Rogue Prince of Persia, which is pretty cool. And the one that bummed me out, that was Prince of Persia related. They showed like an hourglass on the table, and they showed the Prince of Persia, the Sands of Time, coming to there. Wow, what is with me tonight? Coming 2026. So it's not even gonna make it next year. Gotta wait like 2 years. Which makes me wonder just what the heck happened behind the scenes that forced them to push it back this far. Kind of a bummer, because we had like an animated trailer and everything, and we were like, yes, give us Sands of Time, and then they kept delaying it, and they said, oh yeah, we're gonna kind of unannounce it as we try to refactor things behind the scenes. And now I guess we get more news like, yeah, 2026, that's when we're gonna have it out, we swear. I feel like after that point, the momentum's gonna be slowed down by a lot. Like, this Sands of Time remake better be, like, phenomenal. Oh, I will still probably play it because Sands of Time is incredible. I would say I'd probably if I made a top 10 video games, or my favorite 10 video games like ever list, Prince of Persia, Sands of Time would probably be up there. There's a lot to love about that game with the way they presented everything and the gameplay updates and how they still made it feel like Prince of Persia. It all just came together perfectly. I guess it's like one of the things I can be happy about is that Prince of Persia is getting some attention from Ubisoft after what felt like a long time of them not paying attention to the series. And suddenly in 2024, just get like The Lost Crown, Rogue Prince of Persia. Also, like, more, they're gonna keep getting supported. And don't worry, Sands of Time is totally gonna come. Can at least be happy for that. Although I was amused that the free update teased new outfits for the main guy in the Lost Crown, and the one thing they did show was the outfit for the prince from that ill-fated 2008 game. Remember that one? The one that had Nolan North voice the prince? I found the gameplay of the Prince of Persia 2008 to be enjoyable. The story was nice all the way up to the end. The ending kind of annoyed me. Even though I understand why it exists the way it does, it's just like, man. The way they ended just like invalidated everything you did during the game. And then there was the matter of the DLC too, where they tried to justify why the prince did what he did, and you know what? I get it. But then the DLC ended on a cliffhanger. Right, that's the last of the story we got for Prince of Persia 2008. And, well, given that we have Lost Crown out now, I imagine that story is probably gonna be where it stands. Probably not gonna get any more updates on that. Alright, how's about I just, like... Can I restart? Oof. I think I got a little too hasty there. I vaguely remember. Yeah. Also, rather frustratingly, the DLC for Prince of Persia 2008, you can only get it on a Xbox 360 or PS3. Yeah. You can play 2008 on the PC, but, like, for some reason they never released the DLC there. And again, this far out, you know, like, 16 years later, probably can't expect it. The only way you would expect it is if they do, like, a Prince of Persia 2008 remastered. But that will probably hinge on if Sands of Time remaster does well. Or would it be a remake? I think it would be a remake, right? Because they're not just, like, up-resing everyone's textures. They're doing a full-on... Looks like they're doing a model overhaul. They're overhauling, like, the voice cast, at least. Like, I think only one person is going to return, and that's Yuri Lowenthal as the prince. Everyone else is getting a new voice actor. Weird decision. And it does make me wonder, though. Sands of Time is, like, the most beloved game of, like, the Saiyan series, but... would they remake future games in the series? Unfortunately, they would have to... It wouldn't be as well received, just by, like, basis of the content alone. Like, Warrior Within especially, because... no one liked the direct... Well, I shouldn't say no one. Not a lot of people liked the direction Warrior Within went. You know, after the more, like, dreamlike fairy tale presentation of Sands of Time, and then Warrior Within was just like, edge, all the edge, right? And we had a prince smoldering with rage, and things like that. Everyone agreed that the combat was improved, but the fact that everything else kind of took a hit for it, maybe not the best. And then they tried to dial it back for the Two Thrones, tried to bring back some of that original mysticism. Still didn't quite reach the heights that Sands of Time did, but everyone at least said it was a good way to close out that trilogy. So, good for them on that. And then they made, like, the Forgotten Sands, which was, like, the fourth game in the series, and was the accompaniment for the Prince of Persia Sands of Time theatrical film. I remember playing that too, and that was like the interim story. And it was alright. Didn't do anything too special. So channeling his inner shadow, pretty much. It was like one of the earliest examples of like a series trying to do the whole dark and gritty thing before trying to do the dark and gritty thing was trendy. And yeah, again, not too many people were into it. Ooh. Email from Arable. Hi there, Azure. Allow me to introduce ourselves. I'm John Bentley, manager of Arable. Copied in is Hunter Stew, our renowned race engineer. We participate in the annual Road TD Brand Showdown, and we would love for you to come and drive for us. Your success in your career has earned our respect, and we think you'll be the perfect driver for us in this event. Hope to see you at the track, John Bentley. What's this? Another group has scouted me. Is that what I'm seeing here? No. What else to do except keep on keeping on, right? We're halfway through the Kart 1 championship. Such an English sounding name, John Bentley. I guess overall, if last week is any indication, this fall and perhaps going a little bit into 2025, we're gonna have some good stuff. We're gonna be eating well, as people tend to say these days. There are a lot of cool games coming out soon, and I don't know, want to try out a few of them myself. Honestly, that's how it felt like after, maybe any sort of games presentation, right? Whether it be for Microsoft or Sony or Nintendo or any other company, and no matter what the occasion, I'm like, you know what? I always find something there that has me excited, has me going, oh yeah! Something to look forward to, whatever that may be. Maybe I just have low standards or low threshold or something, but I never walk away from a show going, man, that was a waste of my time. Why did I ever try watching that? I think this year was the first time in a while I've seen some people share that same sentiment. Especially after the Xbox show. Right, given their delivering of just hit after hit. So I guess that's a look into the state of things. Future looks like it's gonna be alright. That's cool. For me, I'm looking forward to the new ATS and ETS map expansions. Yeah, those are always something to look forward to. Part of me does wonder if American Truck Simulator will get enough expansions to eventually cover at least the contiguous states. That would be pretty neat. They're working their way eastward, at least, so there's that. Solidly southwestern U.S. for now, but yeah. And part of me wonders if they'll try to throw Alaska in there, because they'll definitely have to throw in parts of Canada as well. They want people to reach it, without having to do some sort of time skip or warp drive or whatever else they might want to try. For sure, they'll do the whole U.S. as long as they keep working at it. I'm sure there's a dedicated enough fan base that will buy as many of those state expansions as possible. I know I got a few of those when it was on sale. Alright, I got a couple of it. It's after my brothers and I played American Truck Simulator for one night, and we're like, hey, there's a sale going on, so I decided to buy up whatever I thought was cheap and probably will drive on. I think I went back to that game maybe once or twice since I bought the DLC. Give it time. Give it time, and I'm sure one of us will propose, hey, let's just go drive in European/American Truck Simulator, and we'll have ourselves a night of that. Just gotta wait till then. I don't see them giving up on either game. As long as they got countries to develop for, right? Or regions, I should say. I think we're gonna wait a while for the Russian map, if you know what I mean. Is that one where they're gonna have to split Russia up into maybe a couple different sections? Okay, we're gonna do East Russia, and then we're gonna do maybe another part of Russia, and so on and so forth. The North Scandinavia looks great. We have Greece to look forward to. We might be getting a ferry from Washington State to Alaska. You know what? That makes sense. We'll go with that. Also makes me wonder if we'll get like other regions. Like, could you imagine something like a Canadian truck simulator or a South American truck simulator? Or heck, why not do something like a Southeast Asian truck simulator? Whoa! Also, Australian truck simulator. I guess we could just throw African truck simulator in there too while we're at it, right? Just cover the entire world with truck simulations. Anyways, let's do race 2. Let's get in here. There's plenty of map mods to add Canada. You know what? That doesn't surprise me. I imagine there's mods to add Mexico as well. Although if they do add Canada just like directly to American Truck Simulator, will they change the name? And if they throw Mexico as well, and we just like change the name to North American Truck Simulator, that might actually work out, because you could just treat that as like a rebrand, a new title, and that would get you all the perks associated with it on the storefronts and stuff. Upgrade kits are going to be a pain in the neck, though, I imagine. There might be certain subsets of people who will get very upset as well, but fuck them, right? Forget about them. For ETS, Pro Mods is my favorite map mod. There's another developer that's working on Australian Truck Simulator. Ah, of course. And makes sense too, I guess. The original company has their hands full with making 2 truck simulators. Let someone else have a hand at it. Be cool driving road trains in the outback. I do want to see the Australian scenery at least. You know, see the devs' rendition of it. I think that would be pretty cool. Back here, lane. Pole position is mine, not yours, you hear me? Oh, that reminds me of another game that kind of amused me when I saw it. I think it was called Star Trucker or something like that. Or Space Truckin', but it's exactly what you think it is. You're just, you know, driving space trucks through space. It was kind of cool. Because imagine trucking is already tricky enough on a 2D plane, but if you got to add altitude into the mix, how will that work? And it seemed like it was an interesting game. I will probably keep an eye on that. And if it turns out to be alright, then I might propose to my friend group that we play that. Sings, let's go space truckin'. Was that by Deep Purple? I'm gonna say that was by Deep Purple. Yup, haha! Alright, I'm glad I remembered that. It's been a while since I listened to a Deep Purple song. Smoke on the Water. That will always be a song I go back to every now and then. Joey Negri says, we're into the back end of the season now. Don't give up. There are still points to be taken. Let's round the season off with a consistent finish. Also, I don't want to jinx it, but this could be the start of a streak. Keep it up. Consistency is everything. You know what? I think I already said this, but all right. Can't believe it's over so soon. Hashtag Cart1. Not gonna jinx it at this critical stage. Go Torque Riders. Yeah, go me. I assume once I get into the other disciplines, more of these events will light up that I can try out. Alright, let's do it. Round 4. We're going to Somerton, location USA. Ooh, now that I think about it, I wonder if the weeks off are to kind of simulate the fact that we'll be traveling to different tracks. That'd be kind of neat. Also, wow. This kind of feels like we're driving out in the middle of nowhere. Just look at that expansive plain and just like almost nothing for miles around except this track, maybe that house in the distance. I mean, imagine their efforts were focused mostly on the track, right? Why detail the stuff that people probably won't drive around to unless they were deliberately looking to boundary break. Still kind of funny to look at, though. Be a nice touch if they had the crowd and your team merch and stuff. Ooh, that would be pretty cool. Just like show a logo or something. Or maybe a banner with our team name on it. Then again, I'm like performing for a team, right? I don't have my own team quite yet. I wonder if that's a thing in this game. I do remember in Grid 1, Race Driver Grid, that you did start off as like a freelancer, so you'd be racing for other teams until you reached the point that you could create your own team, so that was like pretty interesting. And then they gave you like access to the team customization suite. You could edit your logo and your name and all that good stuff. It's the back of nowhere, they need some entertainment. Yeah, it's like a Final Fantasy X situation. For these folks, kart racing is all they got. This is the only entertainment they got here. Like how in Spira, Blitzball's apparently the only thing that people watch for entertainment. Nothing else. It's weird. SCS software is located in Czech Republic, which is very close to Ukraine. That's why I said that we might wait a while before Russian DLC is out. Thankfully, they tweeted like a month or two ago, everything started, that they were able to get everyone out safely. Oh! Right. Yeah. Okay. You know what? That's understandable, but we have more than enough truck simulator content to go through, for sure, yes. Safety first, clearly. Final Fantasy has its Choco thingies. This place has go-karts. Yeah, right? I always found that amusing about games. It's like, you know, they have like the one mini game that you can do, and it's just funny to joke that, wow, this is what the only thing they do for entertainment here. Right? They don't like play tabletop games or do other sports or even just like watch TV programs. Nah, they're all centered around this one sport, which I guess is kind of resonant with real life. I only say kind of because in the US we do have multiple sports for people to get into, so even if you're not like, say, a big American football person, you could watch basketball, or you could be into hockey, or you could be into other activities as well, track and field, figure skating, weightlifting, things like that. We're in ad mode, so I'm gonna hold off on commenting more about chat for now. Also, is it just me, or is like, am I popping a little bit? I hope I'm not doing that, because that's always annoying. Focus so much on making sure that I'm not doing a popping thing that I almost drove off track there. That would have been worrisome. I guess this game especially has just shown me how much I prefer a chase cam. I don't know. I guess it's something about a chase cam just feels like it gives me more time to react. Like with the first person, you're just seeing everything as they come, but you know, when you got the chase cam, the camera's pulled back a little bit so you can see a bit more of the track. You can see like a little bit more of what's coming up, and you can anticipate and react accordingly. It's nice like that. Twitch says ad mode is done, so welcome back. They don't enough for the NASCAR. They need some right turns. To be honest, I've never seen the appeal of NASCAR. I have to admit, it's not quite my thing either, but I guess some people really like that sort of endurance racing. Maybe it's more about the people and the atmosphere around it than it is about the event itself. You could do a sideline in ASMR vids. I think so. I'd have to look up on how to do that. Also, I might be a little hesitant because I've noticed that, at least some other people I've seen, where they do ASMR, but their vids seem to get taken down or demonetized. In fact, I've seen, I think at least one person has had their entire channel nuked, which is, oh boy, that kind of sucks for them because they were like a full-time content creator, so just losing out on one avenue of revenue like that, it's got to be a blow. Imagine 40 V8 powered cars, contact is permitted, big and safe crash, etc. Oh man, I don't even want to think about that. Anyways, round 4 is done. Standing pretty. I have the voice for it. Maybe I'll give it a go. If I were to do ASMR, maybe I'd create like a separate ASMR channel. So that way, if it goes kaput, then I'll at least have something to fall back on. Only 2 more races to go. We're just doing some final prep on the car, and then it's all yours. Hey Azure, great win out there. It was well deserved. Yep, Lion Chu had his channel deleted. Yeah, he was the one I was thinking of, yep. He was extremely bummed about that, rightfully so, because what the heck, man. He even submitted an appeal and YouTube was like, yeah, no, your channel stays deleted. Basically double birdied him. Wasn't it also the same thing for Taiga or something? Oh, was it? I've noticed that pop up on Twitter occasionally. You'll see someone just tweet out, oh my god, my ASMR videos are getting demonetized. Yeah. Very risky prospect ASMR, but I'll think about it. I guess at the very least I could do like one of those funny ASMR videos that was like a trend for a while. It was like, yeah, gamer friend gets really mad and destroys a computer ASMR, or like guy falls down flight of stairs ASMR. It's like really dumb things that would not be ASMR, but they called it ASMR anyway. Also depends if you're doing spicy ASMR too. I can imagine. Yeah, anything that's like more risque would have a lot more eyes on it. You have to be extra careful. And even if you're being extra careful, YouTube just might be like, nah, and nuke your videos from orbit anyway. Okay, let's get in here. Final round. Let's wrap things up, shall we? That's what PH is for. What's PH? Oh, wait, no, I think I know what you mean. Right, that site. Yes, that site. Yep, the one with the very noticeable jingle. Yes. Yeah, hub. Yep, exactly. I deeply hate ASMR, something about talking right into my ears that I just hate, but it's still very sad. Yeah. It's like one of those things where even if it's not, I guess that's like how this is my stance on it. Even if it's something I'm not into, the fact that other people are into it and the fact that they can't do it anymore still blows. Especially if they're doing it for a living. I can see why people like ASMR. I watched a couple of videos just to see what it was all about. It's like, yeah, alright. I could definitely see this being appealing. I guess I would have to look up on like what kinds of things I could do for you know, the triggers and things like that. Just what gets those people those tingles. I love the friends, the lovers ones, or confessions. So it's like less ASMR and more like a skit of sorts, right? I mean, I guess you could do it ASMR style, but I guess it wouldn't be too out of the way to do a voice pack. Like a scenario voice pack where, yeah, you pretend to do a thing with the listener. The only ASMR I like is the cold start of an engine. Hey, there's an idea right there. Like, femboy friend helps you repair your engine ASMR or something like that. They're like, friend helps you wash your car. I'm sure those already exist. I would also want to try something like friend to help. Alright, friend plays one-on-one TCG match with you. Man, it's like one bad turn and things go south. At the very least not at this difficulty. Oh my god, that was right at the end too. Alright, we're gonna try that again. Gotta end strong, right? A wheezing Detroit diesel 8V92 coughing into life. I see a lot of Furry Paul ASMR vids recommended to me for those bean lovers. The way you said it makes me think about those Master Chief AI videos. Master Chief helps you file your taxes. I think I watched some of those. It's just a very funny concept on the surface. Big badass, genetically engineered super soldier does mundane activity because, hey, no one messes with the tax service, right? Not even Joker messes with the IRS. I always loved that clip. It was like Joker just going, "Oh my god! Everyone, get some money together right now! The IRS sent us a letter. You don't mess with the IRS." You could do Femboy Power Washes Your Car. Hey, there's an idea. Just play Power Wash Simulator and make sure I get that whispery voice going. Make sure the sounds on Power Wash are turned down to a point. Start washing. I'm crazy enough to take on Batman, but the IRS, no thank you, right? That always amused me. You know, something serious when even the Joker is like, I'm not gonna mess with that. No. It's like that one other comic panel that, like, gets around where... what is it? Joker was, like, with the Red Skull, and he was just like, wait, you're with those guys? Oh my god, I can't believe this. He's like, I'm a lunatic. but I'm an American criminal American lunatic. Stand back, boys. He's about to just sock it to Red Skull. He's like, standards all the way through, right? So like one of my other favorite tropes. Even evil has standards. Something is just so completely beyond the pale, something so heinous that even like the most vile people in the world are like, yo, that's kind of fucked up, man. I was channeling Robotnik with how I said I can't believe this. I guess it just stuck with me. Sonic Adventure. The game that had like a handful of voice clips and they repeated them a lot. Can't tell you how many times my siblings and I repeated to each other, get a load of, get a load of, get a load of this. Thanks, Egg Walker. You have imprinted that into our memories very, very well. Criminals have standards, right? When criminals have standards, you know something's real bad there. Get the load of this. You read my mind, right? Just funny how it kept cutting itself off. And then there were other line reads too that had become very popular, like the Knuckles "Oh no." Even after all this time, you will still see "Oh no" just inserted here and there. It's a very nonchalant "Oh no." Right, it gets like a face full of hedgehog, and he's like, "Oh no." You're gonna crash! Ah! Oh, and the mouth movements too. That was... They were so... exaggerated. I mean, it felt appropriate for the time, but definitely looking back, it was like, man, people spoke like that? Are we the baddies? Oh, what the... Curse you, physics. Okay, is there a way out of here? Oh, apparently I inadvertently entered a pit stop.
Go, go, go!
Well, this has set me back by a lot. Why did I even do that? Curse you, physics! I got physicsed into the pit lane. Oh, I pressed continue. Ah, well, you know what? I'm still on top.
Fantastic. You've won your first championship.
12 out of, like,
Check your inbox,
or
as you will
8 out
no
of 10
doubt
races
receive
ain't
new
that bad.
contract offers. You can also renew your contract with your current team and stay on for another season.
Huh, okay. So now that this season is done, we can choose to stick with our team or go to another one. Hey! Trophy cutscene. Okay, I have to assume that this is smoke and we're not shooting this from underwater or something. Well, give them credit for trying. They tried to make this look all cool, mysterious, and everything. 181 points. Congratulations! Awarded gold accolade for winning the Kart 1 championship. So we got new mail and driver network updated. And again. And again. Alright. So good that they told us 3 times. Or I'm assuming the other 2 were like different scenarios, but it's not like they told us. Still not as cool as the Mario Kart Cup reveal. Yeah! This one was a bit... a bit more subdued compared to that. Honestly, I think my favorite sort of you unlock the thing presentation would have to go to like Burnout 3 whenever you unlock a new car, because they made such a big deal out of it, right? They first are like, congratulations, a new car has been delivered to your garage, and then you just do multiple panning shots while the victorious music played, and you have that little crowd cheering in the background. It's like, woo! Look at this new car you got. If only we had like brand cars back then, and not just like, you know, sports racer 1 or like Dominator Coupe and things like that. It might have been exciting. Let's see what's in the inbox. Ooh, invitation. Lakeville Focus Challenge. Dear Azure Beep, as a prominent member of the race driver community, we would like to extend a warm invitation to come and race in the Lakeville Focus Challenge as a guest of Thunderbolt. The event happens on February 12th, and we would be honored if you would race for us in the event. If this is something you are interested in, please join us at the venue. Yours sincerely, Liam Plunkett. I wonder if we'll have a choice. Wow, I like the second tweet here. Man, tough race for Beep, just couldn't catch a break out there. But it's okay, still won the championship. That's what it matters, right? I swear to God, this music is like some battle theme to a film, right? It's like, this is like the thing that plays when everyone's suiting up for the final confrontation. This is the part where they're doing that power walk to the fleet of ships that they'll be piloting in, or, you know, the transports that will take them to where everything will go down. Alright, so how does, like, this work? Do we just... Oh, okay. We just do Lakeville Focus, and I assume if we do well enough in this event, we'll get like a...
Welcome to your first invitational
Oh, okay,
event.
here we go.
Invitational races cover a wide variety of cars. Early vintage open wheel racers, street cars, classic GTs, insanely powerful supercars, and many more. These events do not form part of your core career series. They're optional annual events that you are invited to participate in, just for fun. Once you receive an invitation to an event, you'll be able to participate in it every season. You receive these invitations
really?
based on how you perform.
Basically like a bonus event.
The more you impress, the more invitations you'll receive to these special events.
Alright. You can just jump in here, huh? Ford Focus RS, so we're gonna be driving a car. We're going up. We're moving up. We've graduated from carts to cars. Bang. Thanks, Spike. 07. You were a real one, man. You were a real one. Ooh, there's more racers on here, too. I'm assuming there's... Oh, 20 of them. I thought there was going to be 24, but nah, just... I say just 20, as if 20 isn't already a very large number. Oh, great, it's raining, too. So I'm going to have to be extra careful on the track now. I wonder if I can edit my name, because I want to see if I edit my name, will it be something different? Like if I change it off of Gale into something else? Will that remove the asterisks? Ah, jeez. See, I didn't account for the rain. They even limit visibility, which feels appropriate. This is like that really kind of heavy rain, the one that you're barely able to just like see, so you gotta be extra careful. Drive a lot more defensively, as they would put it. I think you need to make a new save. Oh, okay. Oh, that's fine. I'm not too torn up about it. I was just curious. Oh, welcome to England. I've seen a lot of British people just joke about that. Certainly got to be annoying though, just having very frequent rains. But I guess if it happens a lot, it's probably just something you get used to. You just kind of work around it. Even if it does get annoying every time. It's just something you gotta contend with, right? Surprised we don't all go around in boats. Rain, best weather. Depends on whether you're in it or out of it. Although I guess for some people that also depends if you prefer being if you like being in the rain or not, right? Everyone's got a different way of that kind of thing. Also, hi Mukpai. And you all wonder why we're a miserable nation. Something weather matches mood, I guess. It's like, you know, that's why TV shows and movies will have rain whenever there's like a sad scene happening. Because rain just makes things sadder. It's the best either way. Alright, well, at least someone's into it. Hello, you blue-haired cutie. How are you doing tonight? How are you doing tonight, Mukpai? Only good thing about rain is the petrichor smell. I do like that. That sort of after rain smell. Something that calms you down. Eepy, how about you? I'm doing pretty well. The middle of the week, and it's been a pretty chill time so far. And at least as far as I can tell, the rest of the week is going to be pretty chill as well. So it's a good routine, easygoing, and you know what? that's all I need for now, right? As I've said many times over, not every week needs to be some sort of grand event. Sometimes you need those calm moments in between too, to give yourself an anchor so that when the exciting stuff does happen, you're maximally prepared for it. We're the most powerful nation once. The small island that dominated for a bit. Pretty much a dictatorship here these days. Yeah, it's always a bummer. I was reading an article recently. Maybe it wasn't an article, it was like a tweet, but apparently file size of Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is going to be like upwards of 300 gigabytes. And apparently even that's not going to be enough because they require an online connection so they can do texture streaming? Which has me wondering, are we going too far now? Like, 300 gigabytes is a large chunk of space that you're asking for people to kind of set aside, right? It's like, even if you got a big Mondo hard drive, which imagine not many people do, it's a lot of space for just one game. And the fact that it's still not big enough, they still have to do, like, texture stream and stuff on top of it. Like, part of me wonders if that's just an excuse, right? If that's just more of an excuse to have online in there. They really don't need to do texture stream, but they do it just so that they can justify the online connection. Oh yeah, there we go. This was a one-off and we got first place, so we took it all in one go. It's like that Eminem song. We seized everything we ever wanted in one moment. We captured it. We didn't let it slip. You have reached the end of this season. Please review your contract offers and sign a new contract to continue with the next season of your career. Male Driver Network. Male Driver Network. Male Driver. Why do they do that 3 times? Alright. Oh. Greased Lightning has a Supercarts contract offer. Oh, 250 cc's. And Torque Riders is giving me a renewal, or actually a promotion to 250. And Asphalt Thunder is like, hey, you want to come join us for 125? Well, looks like Grease Lightning, or Final Drive had an offer for us, but oh yeah, they have a separate text there if you're renewing your contract, so yeah, that's kind of cool. Part of me wonders if these teams are real or if they're fictitious. Because at least from where I'm standing, this is all kind of like flavor, right? We're just the real thing here is just having this new category of races to be able to go through. Also, I know they said you can only sign on the one team, but I wonder if that's like a per discipline thing. Like, can I do Supercarts and Kart 1? Could I do them both? Let's see what happens if I accept a 250cc Supercart.
This is Supercarts, the premium league.
Oh man, I did it during the ad break. Sorry, y'all.
You'll start out in a short national series, followed by the Supercarts Championship. Each round features a
Oh wait, no, that was incoming ad break. Sorry, no, not. So you guys get to see this cutscene.
Points are scored by the top 8
Your team could be Gale Force Racing. That's a good name for a racing team right there. Nope, all fictional. Okay.
Repairs and tire changes.
So it's all mostly flavor. The real
Real
meat and potatoes. The gameplay relevant part is getting those new categories to race in. Okay, yeah, looks like I only can pick one track to focus my next season of the career on. Oh, I want to continue. Wow. Lol, started the season and people are already saying Azure Beep is the champ. Hashtag no chance. Tempted to buy a WMD Beep t-shirt, but I think I'll wait until after the first race. Ah, merch. Merch. Too bad I don't have merch yet. Woo, just saw WMD Beep on the telly talking about the chances of winning this season. Sounds optimistic. Hashtag Torque Riders. And more along that line. Wow, I like this bottom one here. Counting down to the opening race. Yay! Someone's real excited. When are we gonna see the Azure Gale plushie? Give it time, give it time. Alright, we're starting with the TC Euro Championship. Alright. I wonder if this is how the early seasons will play out. We'll do like a 3-rounder and then a 5-rounder. We'll just keep on doing that until we hit the next leg of this career. Oh, this one's in Germany.
This is a practice session. All rounds start with a practice session where you can get a feel for the car and the track. You can use the session overview screen to monitor the other cars, accelerate time, simulate the session, or skip directly to the end of the session. Try turning off and on the assists on your car, such as traction and stability controls, and feel how they change your car's behavior.
Okay, but how's about I don't say if I did? Wow, you get 10 minutes. 10 minutes to try it out. Oh wait, really starting me out here. Also, why am I in the car?
Go, go, go!
I thought this was supercarts? Ooh, nice 2010 Mega Day. I guess I must have misunderstood what supercarts was like about. I was expecting still like little tiny go-karts. I was not expecting like cars. I was gonna say though, the various existence of the carts probably gives the devs a lot more tracks to pick from, especially since they can have tracks for both the carts and bigger cars. That's a special event if I correctly remember. Oh, wait, is it? Sorry, I had assumed the season already started. Damn, that's some soft suspension. It definitely feels less squirrely than the carts did, that's for sure. Also, without rain, definitely a lot more of what I'm accustomed to. Great, after I got used to driving carts, now I gotta get used to driving cars in dry weather. Why the hell is your name so fat? I wondered that myself. Why is it so freaking large, man? There was a setting in the options to display names, and they had the options were like single player only, multiplayer only, or just have them on all the time or off all the time, so I'm guessing it was that. I assumed they would have just turned on the names for everyone else. I guess I didn't realize it would turn on the names for everyone, including me. Alright. It is kind of funny, though, because you get to see it up close like this, and it's like, oh, okay, so it's not quite as sharp looking. Granted, I did turn the settings down, so maybe it looks better on higher settings, but yeah. It's like that sort of medium quality that you got up close here. Yeah, good luck seeing the minimap. You know what? That's a good point. Very hard seeing the minimap when you got this huge ass name just sitting in your way. It's like someone just like messed up all the interfaces. Turned on one too many. You had some that clashed with each other. Yeah, I'll turn off the names for next stream. We really don't need to know who everyone else is because they're all computer players anyway. Let's see. Can I just simulate the remainder of the session?
The remainder
Just do that.
of the session will now be simulated in real time. An
Oh.
AI driver will control your car during simulate mode. You can
I didn't
use the
realize they would do it in
standings
real
table to
time.
view the sector and lap times for every driver. You can ride on board your car by using the player onboard button. The spectate button allows you to view the race from trackside or onboard cameras and select which car you want to watch.
Oh, let's try that. We can go to other people. like how it whips around too. It's like gotta reorient itself to be behind the back. Oh, pressing up and down works too. Oh. Alright, actually we'll just skip to the end here. We know how this is gonna go. I'm still on top, baby.
Qualifying determines your placement on the starting grid for the race. The faster the time you set in qualifying, the higher up you'll be on the race grid. The setup and strategy allows you to change the settings on your car and to configure a pit stop strategy for the upcoming race. You can view a summary of your current series rules and regulations. Take the car out for a few laps, then return to the pits and try tweaking your car setup to improve your lap times. You can change tires, fuel load, and many other settings on your car.
Rather in depth. Let's see. When practice, when qualifying, when race, grid placement is decided by each driver's best time in the qualifying session. Race begins with a standing start. Okay. Oh, and it's top 10 finishers, and oh my god, the disparity between them is even bigger. Holy crap, just between first and second alone, the difference is 7 points. My god. I wonder if we'll only get like 3 laps like we do in 3 laps to qualify, I should say, like we would in Forza Motorsport, or if you just can take as many laps as you can until time runs out. Driving out of the pit stop is an interesting thing, but I'm guessing yeah, it's probably similar to how you might do it in real life, right? I see they added your Twitter prefix to your number plate. Yeah, it's fun sometimes, the details they have here and there. Makes it feel more official in a way, right? I'm wondering then if like kart racing is the only style of race that does the sprint race, then the main race kind of designation. And then the other ones are going to be more practice qualifier than race. Wow, everyone's setting the new fastest lap. We're all killing it out here. Let's see if I can kill it even harder. Hey, I just set a new best sector 1 time. There's something to be proud of. Oh, jeez. Also set a best sector 2 time. Just slowly calling out more and more things as my career goes on. I guess they're kind of like easing me into it, aren't they? It's like, alright, we'll start you off with the qualifier and the main race, and then we'll add in the practice round, and now we'll add in a bit of announcer chatter, add in a bit of radio fella talking into your ear. We'll start adding things like jumping between different contracts, trying out different disciplines and things like that. A gentle learning curve. It is a pretty gentle learning curve. I can appreciate it. They're easing me into the whole sim racing aspect. So that's commendable, at least. Doing it in a way that feels natural too, because like if that's how like official kart racing and regulation racing works, then it works pretty well. Can only be one winner. Oops. Oh, I went too fast there. Oh, man. Yep, lap time invalidated. That's fine. I set 2 good laps. That's enough for me. Coming in hot. Oh, I was really coming in hot there. I really shouldn't have. I should have cooled myself a bit. If there's anything driving lines in other racing games have taught me, it's that no, you really gotta follow them, man. Going too fast going into the red part, and you will find yourself sailing off-road pretty handily. Really, it's only Horizon where it feels like you could try to fudge the driving line a little bit. And that's like mostly because you can swerve your way through it. Whereas in this one, maybe the swerve potential ain't that great. Are your brakes okay? I'm hearing some squeal under braking. Oh. I only have cosmetic damage on, so even if that is the case, it shouldn't affect anything. Yeah, I'm not sure if I would do realistic damage in these kinds of racing games. Given the way I drive off-road and kind of smack into walls and other cars, mine would be reduced to a scrap heap pretty quickly if that were the case. I also debated if I wanted to do like tire wear and fuel usage, but I decided to turn those off as well. I'm just here for the driving. You'd fit right in with banger racing in real life. I'm sure I would. Definitely could do with a little bit of demolition derby. Set like one more lap time, and then I think I will fast forward to the end of this. There we go. Just get to end this session. Seeing how you drive, yeah, don't turn on the realistic damage. Yep. And we'll keep that off for sure. It really is just, hey, you got 10 minutes to drive around the track and try to set as good of a time as possible, so you get to use all the 10 minutes, right? You don't have a limit of 3 laps or anything like that. It is kind of funny, though. I noticed every time I hold down the brake button to a certain point, I do hear that, like, sound that sounds a lot like jingle bells. At least that's what it sounds like to me. I know it's like the squealing of the brakes, but yeah. Not something I'm too concerned with. Just drive in the cloud with a blown turbo or something. But if you want realistic damage, Wreckfest is cool. Ooh. Yeah, I've heard good things about Wreckfest. I do want to maybe check that out some point down the line. I think I have that on Steam, and if I don't, it's on Game Pass, so I could just play it there. Yeah, if I remember correctly, that was like the spiritual successor to an older game. For some reason, I can't remember the name of it at the moment. Destruction Derby. Oh, is that what it was called? Okay. Pretty good name nonetheless. It's alliterative. It rolls off that tongue pretty well. You know you've had a good day when you finish a race with half your car missing and a fire in the engine bay. Aw, yeah. It's about just rolling to the finish line no matter what. As long as you get there, that's what matters. I remember the Crew 2's attempt at doing things like the Destruction Derbies. It was admirable. Certainly nothing to write home about. Part of me wishes they would bring it back for Motorfest, but I imagine they're saving that sort of thing for maybe a later playlist or a later year. I know they're doing like Destruction Royale, so they definitely got the mechanics to do so, but they need to, I guess, stretch out that content somehow, right? Nibholm, after losing a fight with a school bus, oh yeah. Yeah, no, it's your brakes that are squealing, which can mean two things. You have high performance brakes, or your brakes are just dead. High brake fade also. Weird. I didn't mess with the settings of the cars any bit. This is just the vehicle they supplied me, so I don't know what to say. That on my first track day, they were smoking like a chimney when I pulled into the pit area. Oh man. Just imagine the people in there are like, oh boy, we got lots of work to do here. Alright, everyone, get in on it. Like, just imagine people replacing tires and refueling was already looked super speedy. The fact that they could maybe try to get an engine back in the working order. It's like, whew. That's gotta take some skills, man. Good thing it was a super cheap banger that wasn't worth anything. Ah, okay. Oh, that's normal. That's a feature the car salesman would say. Huh. Of course. Go. Second round success. Oh, wait. No, that's not me. Oh, none of these are about me. All right, let's see what's in the mail. Hey, Azure, great win out there. It was well-deserved. You know what? I've read that one before. Fantastic job. That puts us in a great position for the race. Just get a good start to maintain it, and the win may be ours. Can hope. Oh, back to back. I guess if it's the Euro Championship, it's pretty easy to have that week after week, huh? All right. Going to Barcelona, Spain. 11 turns, 1.9 miles worth of track. Okay. The practice session, I guess we can give it a practice run. Get used to the track before I gotta do a qualifier here.
Go, go, go!
That hairpin in the backstretch can be rough if you don't get your braking line right. Keep that in mind. Yeah, there's turns where you gotta turn real tight and then it kind of doubles back on itself. Those always get me. It's like, really gotta slow down. I remember this track well from F1 games. F1 track, huh? Or at least it can be an F1 track. Carrington stood out to me because of Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark has been on my mind recently, so Carrington kind of stood out. You know what's funny about that trailer? I didn't realize it was a Perfect Dark trailer at first. I was just like, oh, you know what? This kind of looks like a Deus Ex style FPS. It was actually my brother that realized, wait, is this Perfect Dark? And then I looked on the side, I was like, wait, Carrington Institute, that was the thing in Perfect Dark, wasn't it? And then my brother said, yeah, that's kind of what clued me in on this being Perfect Dark. And then they said stuff like Agent Dark and kind of just like confirmed it to you. And then they showed the title at the end of the trailer, just in case you weren't, you didn't quite confirm it. Feeling of, am I braking? Oh yeah, I'm to the floor. I guess I will die. Just throw up your hands. Guess I'll die. Foot down. Yup, I'm gonna eat this wall. Oh man, that doesn't feel great. It's like you're braking as hard as you can, but you realize it's still not gonna be enough. Tastefully clapped. Just skip to the end of the session here. Just continue the qualifying. I think I got a good hang of that track there.
Go, go, go!
Yeah, what I think I'll do is like maybe 2 or 3 laps of qualifying when I think I got a good time, and then we'll move on. It's like one of those things where when you start a game, you kind of want to check out every detail to it, right? You want to really get into everything here, but as time goes on, you're like, all right, I've seen this before, I've done this already. I kind of want to get through it as efficiently, as quickly as possible, so we'll do one or two and then skip. At least that's how I was, like, as I neared the end of Forza Motorsport 2023. It's like those last few cups. Where I was like, alright, I'll do one qualifying lap, I'll get my placement in, and then we'll go straight to event day. How does that sound? You know, I actually updated that game like some time ago to just have an option right in the menu to allow you to skip the practice if you wanted, so you don't even need to start the practice and then go into menu and then skip the session. You can just skip it right at the start, which is a nice touch. Saves a few steps at least, I'll give them that. I have to admit, the crew kind of taking up most of the space for my racing game. I mean, apart from like me still doing Forza Horizon 5 weeklies, I still do that, but definitely put a lot more time into the crew now. Mostly because I do have to grind more cash there, but you know, still having fun with the racing. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna need multiple laps to kind of get a qualifying time nailed down here. Never had it that extreme, but I've overshot traffic lights and Pelican crossings. Oh man. I don't know what I would do if I overshot a traffic light. I would probably just have to keep going, right? Because you can't really just stay there in the middle of the road, blocking everyone's path. I see that a lot in like the cities I go to. There will be signs that say, "Hey, don't block the intersection." You know, it's what my instructor would always tell me. Once you make a decision, follow through with it, right? Don't try to switch halfway through, because everyone else is going to be expecting you to do whatever they think you're going to do. So you can't have them guess, because that's how accidents happen. And you know what? He was right. Same. Mine was like, always commit to move. Yeah. Don't second guess yourself, especially when you're driving. Because, you know, unlike the human body, cars will take a while to kind of switch gears, as it were. Ah, we're in that mood. I will hold my thoughts for now. I did notice, though, that any sort of off-track thing will immediately just nix your entire lap time. It's not like other racing games where they might flag it, but they'll still count it, albeit with caveats. This one's just like, no, if you want to put a time up there, it has to be a clean time. No ifs, ands, or buts. And yeah, that makes sense to an extent. I guess on the bright side, it doesn't seem like you know, colliding with other cars invalidates your lap time. It's just going off track. So if you do accidentally bump into someone else, you'll still be okay. Yeah, can't Forza it and take a cross-country shortcut. Indeed. Ah, jeez. thought they would have flagged my lap there, but I guess they didn't. So welcome back from Adland. Semi-truck racing games really need some love. There's never really been a lot of them. Yeah, it probably says something. The only one I can think of at the moment is like big rigs. I'm sure there's other semi-truck racing games out there, but none coming to mind at the moment. Oh god, not big rigs, right? The only time you'd ever bring it up is like for the memes. The only time you'd ever see it is for the memes, especially at this point. I remember reading about that game all the way back in the early years of 2005. I imagine you had to jump through some hoops to even get it to run on modern machines these days. Yeah, break the sound barrier in reverse. I still remember that GameSpot review. I still remember that video review on GameSpot where Alex Navarro just like pressed reverse and kept pressing it until the truck was like going, you know, unbearably fast. And the best part was the moment he let up on the key, it just stopped, right? It just stopped on a dime, even though it was like going 6 billion miles per hour in reverse. It just stopped like that in an instant. That was all the review we needed. I only know of it because of AVGN. Yeah. Him too. Famous for all the wrong reasons. Yeah, and who can forget you're a winner? I think I used that image a few times in a variety of places. Usually in a sarcastic sense. Tongue-in-cheek sarcastic, right? Not never like a mean sarcastic kind of way. You know it's bad when the angry video game nerd made a video about it in 2014. Yeah. Plenty of jokes to be mined from that, that's for sure. If I remember correctly, that game was also featured. It wasn't like for an official moment or anything, but there was a special segment for it on. I think it was like one of the Awesome Games Done Quick segments where they actually brought in Navarro to just show it off, show everyone what it was all about. If the video review and the assorted other videos that were on YouTube then didn't show it enough for you. I was shocked at his receding hairline in his latest vids. Well, he's been at it for a really long time, hasn't he? Like, I'm sure he was probably in his 20s when he started, and he's gotta be mid-40s now. And that's definitely one of those more sign of the times kind of things, right? It's like, oh yeah, everyone's growing up like me. Like, I remember reading somewhere, I was like, oh yeah, Yuri Lowenthal, he's like 50 years old now. I was like, what the fuck? 50? If it was just like a young sprout, well, younger sprout fella like 20 years ago. He's 43. Oh, he's 43. Wait, oh, we're talking about AVGN, right? Or we're talking about Yuri Lowenthal. Sorry, I'm a little lost. AVGN? Okay. But yeah. I guess there's certainly something to be said about a guy where he can be that same personality he's been for like 20 years and people still tune into him. Is still beloved to an extent. I want that basement set he has with all that cool retro hardware. And I think he's maintained it for that long. Probably added to it even. Maybe switched it up here and there. Yeah, I remember when AVGN was part of Screw Attack, I want to say. Who's part of Screw Attack. I remember going to that site and just watching the episodes there. Interesting time. It says a lot when there's laser discs in there. And I want that infinite amount of beer, Rolling Rock. I think I've said it before, but I would not mind a never-ending bottle of soda myself. Ever since I've seen was the one thing from Homestar Runner, where he's like pouring soda onto Strongbad's keyboard and he makes a song out of it. I can't help but think of that every time I think about a never-ending bottle of soda. Or like, someone does the whole, hey, you get like a wish, what will your wish be? I always wish for a never-ending bottle of soda. I guess I would also have to specify that it would always be carbonated, because flat soda is fine, but I drink soda because I want that fizz, you know? I hate how they went back and re-edited all his video thumbnails. I missed the drawn ones. Oh yeah! Yeah, there was that period of time where, like, all the internet personalities at the time had those drawn thumbnails for YouTube videos. But the meta's changed now, and you gotta, like, have your face taking up, like, half of it, and some out-of-context phrase, and then, like, object that's somewhat related to the thing that's the subject of your video. Yeah, shocked face plus arrows plus sussy phrase. Throw in a couple question marks, maybe some exclamation points. Bit of a bummer. Because they also talked about, like, the better ones would credit whoever drew the thumbnail. I guess at least that's like one of the things we can look forward to with VTubers. Because, some of them do the whole, hey, you're gonna have the model's face take up like half of it, but some of the others do feature fan art for part of the thumbnail, so that's kind of cool. I want to do that too, maybe once I start getting fan art of me, or feature some of that fan art on a thumbnail when it's relevant. But for now, I will just continue editing the Vroid model or face onto whatever part I can dig up. And it's fun. I find that fun. Oh! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! I like to think I'm doing okay tonight. Maybe not as chatty as usual, but I hope everyone's comfy all the same. you ever play as platformer? No, I didn't. I never played the AVGN game. Though I heard it's like plenty difficult. I think it's what people might call these days a rage game. Maybe not to that degree. But oh, it's unfair as hard as hell. Okay, well, never mind then. Definitely be one of those. Same shocked face can be found on other thumbnails. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Oh wait, I want to save the result? Yes, yes I do. I meant to continue, I didn't want to just exit, but I can jump back in here. Thankfully that's a thing we can do. You know what's bullshit? Oh, I miss BS, man. Yeah, I do remember that period of personalities where they would introduce like just a whole bunch of extra characters.
Go, go, go!
It was always the same way too. They would just introduce him out of nowhere. It was like, oh hey, it's this fella. Also kind of amused that I'm just driving through these other cars. I get why they do that, but it's just funny to watch. Part of me wonders if the cars were still stuck together once we get out to like the drivable part. Would physics just suddenly go absolutely haywire, fling me into the air perhaps? I love that Batman animated intro he did for the Batman episodes, like the real 60s intro. Ah! You mean like the na 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 Batman. That's a memorable one for a reason. You gotta love it when they pay tribute to that. Yeah! That's always fun. It certainly works well for a comedic video as well, because, you know, 60s Batman was like a whole lot of camp. Would be pretty amusing though if someone did a tribute to like the Batman the animated series intro. Probably still one of my favorite intros to this day. Always just like so dramatic, so imposing, and the orchestral just goes absolutely nuts. It's great. Introduces you to the world so well. They show reruns of the Adam West Batman on satellite here each day. Ooh, do they? That's gotta be fun. Just see how TV shows were like back in the day. I don't know, occasionally I like to tune in whenever my parents are watching an old show, just to see how they did things back then. It's like, yeah, how did they structure the plot? What were the characters like? What sorts of conventions did they follow? Can then just like compare and contrast. Oh, so this is how they did things differently, or oh, so this is where they laid the groundwork for future shows to kind of do their thing. Yeah, you mean like Pal Zork? I don't think you see any of those action bubbles in like a serious manner, unless they're deliberately trying to evoke that sort of comic style. I remember watching reruns of Batman when I was coming back from school. Camp as hell, but entertaining, I imagine. That's when you know a show's got it good, where it's cheesy as all heck, but you enjoy it nonetheless. You enjoy it because of its cheesiness, not like in spite of it or anything like that. That's always a fun time. And yeah, that Venom, that was the after-school experience for me too. I was like, yes, I'm back home now to turn on the TV and maybe watch a few shows for a bit. Always made sure to catch my afternoon cartoons, that's for sure. Whether they be on like Cartoon Network or WB, because kids WB back then was a thing. Nowadays it's all about those tweeny/young adult dramas, but they had cartoons back then. Plus that Batmobile was cool. When was the Batmobile ever not cool? Like I'd say even the Tumbler from the Nolanverse films was pretty cool in its own way, right? The Bat Tank from Arkham Knight was alright. It was alright as well. But yeah, the Art Deco Batmobile that some of the Batmans would have, that was pretty sleek, pretty cool as well. Okay, I'm just gonna skip to end the session here. We'll continue to qualifying. And let's drive. Same, I'd come home to Thundercats. Oh man, Thundercats was another show that ran in the afternoons back in the day for me. Weirdly into it. That sword was kind of fun. I mean, it let you, like, see distances, right? Sight beyond sight. And you could shoot laser beams and everything. That's pretty cool. And of course, all the other teammates had some cool abilities as well. Aw, dang it. I think I'm gonna restart. We'll try it again. We're close to the start anyway, so it's fine. He-Man! That and reruns of Gilligan's Island, oh my god. Ah, Gilligan's Island. For me, the Batmobile will always be the Tim Burton one. Yeah, Gotham back in the day was a very interesting depiction. It was like that sort of Art Deco plus Gothic style. It was definitely a city that felt very imposing to be in, that's for sure. Very imposing and very old-timey. I had the toy of that Sword of Omens. I didn't realize they even made a toy Sword of Omens, so I guess it makes sense. Because it's a toy sword! Why wouldn't people jump at the chance to market that? Was it like a kind of sword that made sounds and stuff too? You could like press a button and you hear lines from the show? Yup! Haha! Nice. Had that in all the action figures. Ooh, nice. Press a button and the Thundercats logo would light up too. Oh yeah. Now that's a good toy right there. That's the kind of thing you would hope to see at Christmas. You open it up and it's like, oh man, you got me a Sword of Omens. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, parents. Their vehicles were super fun too, I can imagine. I've always liked action figure vehicles, especially the ones where they had like the shooty parts. You could insert a projectile into them and you could just like launch them everywhere. It was just perfect for like Kid B, who always liked having their action figures fight each other. Or, you know, like Lego minifigures fight each other. A lot of fighting. Maybe a little bit of rescuing as well, but definitely a lot of fighting. Man, I can't believe I blew out on the final lap like that. Or close to the end of the first lap like that. Oh well, this is why you have 10 minutes to get a qualifying time in there. Still P1, as a radio person in Forza Motorsport would say. I mean, the Batmobile from the TV series from 1943 is just a car, so this one is kind of dull, or was kind of dull. Mask toys were like that, missiles and stuff. It's something you could advertise on the box, right? It's got something firing action. Also a good way to annoy everyone else in your family. And they would be like, hey, don't point that at people. And they would have a point, to be honest. Faster lap. Let's move on. Let's get to the race proper, shall we? Action Force G.I. Joe toys, you know what? Yes, those sorts of figures would be the ones to have shooting action, right? It's kind of like their whole shtick. Oh yeah, speaking of G.I. Joe. I know they had the G.I. Joe beat-em-up announced, but have I mentioned yet that there's going to be a Power Rangers beat-em-up? Based off of the Mighty Morphin season? You'll have like the original 5 Rangers, and you have to fight like Robo Rita Repulsa. Called Power Rangers Rita's Rewind, and it looks like the kind of game you would expect to see on SNES. The way they got like Mode 7 style graphics and the pixel style for everything else. I'm tentatively excited for that. Although part of me is bummed that they're only focusing... It seems like so far they're only focusing on the first 5 Rangers and they're not adding like, say, the Green Ranger or anything like that. I'm sure it'll make sense with the plot, but still. Give us the legend, Rita Repulsa. Yeah, they are. They absolutely are. I think the game is specifically called Power Rangers Rita's Rewind, so... Let you know. Don't throw that at people, they can lose an eye, which was a real thing at the time. Oh yeah, absolutely. Those spring-loaded projectiles. Right, and they do kind of taper off to a point. You know, maybe not a very sharp point, but there's definitely a smaller surface area with which they can hit you, and that's where all the force connects with you, and yeah, it's gonna hurt like the dickens. Try the OG Tonka trucks when they were made of real metal with sharp edges and stuff. Oh my god. Holy crap. Dude. I have some stiff as hell. You cut so many fingers on those Tonka trucks, I can imagine. Oof. I mean, I get it. But, we gotta introduce some measure of safety. We can't just make it like really, really dangerous, because it's the times, right? It's not survival of the fittest anymore. We can serve to make these toys at least more kid-friendly. Certainly always going to be risks, but we can take steps to minimize them, and that's always appreciated. Like, I remember reading somewhere, like, the original Potato Head toy, they didn't include, like, the potato itself because you were supposed to stick the parts onto actual potatoes. And the parts, they were actually connected to, like, sharp pins. You could just, like, jab those into potatoes. I can see why they would switch to having just, like, a plastic potato model and pegs that you would insert the parts into instead. It just makes sense. There we go. Round 3 is done. Another championship in the bag. Remember that whole thing of Hot Wheels that had to change paints because they were made with lead early on? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely changed that. Definitely change that as quick as possible. Ugh. It always makes you think, man, what were our predecessors thinking of? And of course the short answer is, you know, they probably didn't realize, oh wait, no, this stuff is actually dangerous, right? Actually could have extremely adverse effects to people. They didn't realize it. They were just like, ah, yeah, this is easy to use and it's very effective. Why don't we just use a lot of it? And then studies came out later. It's like, no, actually, no, this is super duper dangerous. You know how kids shove everything in their mouths? Yeah! And the dangerous part about lead is, like, I remember correctly, lead normally tastes, I think it was, like, sweet or something, but it's not, like, you know, something that's normally disgusting that would drive you away from it, so I think paint these days actually, like, adds a bitterant. They add, you know, most products these days that aren't meant to be edible, they will add a bitterant into it just to discourage people from eating it. Like with Switch cartridges. I remember specifically when someone tried it. I think it was like Jeff when he was still in Giant Bomb. He specifically tasted a Switch cartridge. Like, oh man, that's bitter. Ooh, that's real bitter. And then they were like, someone went and confirmed. It was like, yeah, they spray a bitterant on the Switch cartridges specifically to discourage people from actually eating it. And you know, considering how small those Switch carts are, yes, absolutely. Please do everything you can to try to discourage people from eating them because, yeah. Ooh, we're very happy to extend a warm invitation to you to drive for Asphalt Thunder in the upcoming Road TV British Track Challenge. Skills and experience so far have proven that you're just the person to race for us at this event. Hope to see you at the track. Dave Bloodworth. Oh my god. That's a intimidating name right there. Just imagine someone just goes, yes, Bloodworth will see you now. Like, ooh, okay. Definitely gonna be on my best behavior right there. I feel like someone named Bloodworth is probably someone you don't want to piss off. Okay, so are we doing this next? Yeah, Brands Hatch Showdown. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I think this will be the last one. This will be the last one I do. We'll go through this, the practice, qualifying, and then we'll wrap it up from there. Brands Hatch. Hey, I know this track. I think I played this in Forza Motorsport. Alright, well, let's get a feel for it.
Go, go, go!
Oh yeah, look at that overcastness. I wonder if this means it'll like transition to rain, like when it gets to proper race day, to rain state. Welcome back from Adland, everyone. crazy back then, licking batteries and stuff. Oh, yeah. Got you that tingly feeling, though. Oh, it was... Nah. I never dared lick the battery myself. I didn't... I mean, I imagine the effects would have been too much, but... just hearing tingle was enough to deter me. I have 2 Redline original Hot Wheels in rough shape, but still. Oh, man. I did lick a Switch cartridge. That's a rough taste. Well, then, it's... that vtuberen is doing its job, right? Never done that. Stuck the scissors through my hand trying to dismantle an excavator toy. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Ugh, I cannot imagine how I would react if something like that happened to me. I'd probably faint on the spot, to be honest. Wanted to know how things worked. Hey! Always good to have a curious mind. I'm sure that was probably like the start on your path to getting into the whole car project scene, right? Seed was sown, yeah. Yeah, it's always fun to kind of look back on those things. Trying to figure out, oh, so why do I like this thing? When did I realize I like this thing, or that I kind of prefer things one way or another? Let's figure some stuff out that way. Ah, jeez. It was this game that feels like it really penalizes you for going off-road. I mean, other games do it too, but this one specifically, it's like, no, you just gotta roll with it. If you try to correct yourself, you're just gonna end up messing things up even more. Like that. Sometimes you just have to ride it into a wall, because you're already messed up. And if you try to correct yourself, you're just gonna spin out, wasting even more time. Oh man, 6th place. 7th. Okay, these guys aren't playing around. Well, this is only the practice session, but it would be nice to get a feel for things nonetheless. Used to help my uncle with his project car, so that was a huge thing for me. Ooh! So it was like skills getting passed down from one generation to the next. That's pretty cool. Watching and learning. Yeah, it's always nice when you have encouragement in that regard. we are on lap 3 now. For some reason, I keep missing where the finish line, or you know, the new lap line starts. I wish I had have kept up drawing though. Huh. Well, I mean, I guess unless time is like your real bottleneck here, never too late to get back into it, right? Gotta admit, hanging around watching a bunch of VTuber streams and a number of them being artists, I kind of want to try my hand at drawing myself. Of course, I'd be starting purely from scratch, because I really haven't drawn anything seriously, like, ever. I think the last time I tried something was art class in high school, and that was a while ago. I definitely took some shortcuts there, so. Really, the thing I would have to do is like sit down, get a tablet, and you know, just get started, right? Or maybe a notebook. I could start with a notebook. Just get like a good art pad, and maybe a good sketching pencil, and just start there. Not properly drawn anything since 2002. Oh man, that has been a while. Alright, skip to end of session. It would save you money on commissions if you got into it. I had to admit, that is a motivator. I mean, I would probably get commissions anyway, because it's fun seeing other people's takes on your character, but definitely would be able to, you know, do a bit more if I learned how to draw. But hey, maybe sometime down the line, if I just have a bit more of a drive for it, or a bit more time, maybe I'll try my hand at it. I mean, it's like with most things. The best thing to do, right? Well, at the very least, the first step you have to take is start, right? Just gotta get started. Time is the enemy. Yeah, that is true. Some of us have more time, some of us don't. Especially these days where it feels like you gotta work, and some people have to commute too. And then some people might even have to do like multiple jobs or really long hours. Or they just might have other things that might prevent them from focusing more time on the things they want to do. The one saying I always go back to for me is, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. That's like, my interpretation of that is, well, it's gonna be a big, long journey, it's gonna be full of obstacles, it's gonna be full of trials and tribulations, but none of that's gonna matter if you don't start. You gotta start moving, you gotta take that step. Get yourself out there. Gotta put some effort in if you want to see progress and results and all that, right? But even then, I get it. Only so much time and so much human energy to devote to things, and if you already spent them on things like work and commuting to and from work, it's like not much there to do anything else. And that really sucks, you know? Get home and just like face plant onto the sofa, right? I totally get that. That was certainly me back in the day when I was commuting to and from work. actually worked out pretty well because, like, I would get home, and it would be just the right time for me to get online and watch a giant bomb live stream or something like that. Maybe check out a video from the Super Best Friends because they were pretty active back then. Two-hour commute can take its toll. Yeah. That's honestly the worst part, because 8-hour day is already really long, and then you gotta tack on like extra time for that going to and from. It's no wonder working from home is like as taken off as much as it did, because that's a lot of extra time you're just getting back, right? Depending on what you were doing before. And even then, you're still saving on, you know, gas or fare money, or maybe just like even social energy. That's just all of that, you're getting it back. It's a nice feeling. It's like just more time to do the things you want to do. Yup, 10 hours on the road plus an hour each way commute. Like, good lord, that's 12 hours. You know, imagine on top of that 8 to 10 for sleeping, and then the other 4, you're just like, you don't want to do anything. That's time you just want to recharge in between work and sleep. It blows, man. Yeah, it does make me think. It does make me think. Maybe 5 days a week. Maybe 5 days a week is a bit much. Like, even just having like a 4-day work week, or heck, even like only having to work like 9 days every 2 weeks would be enough. Just give us like a day off every other week. That would probably work wonders. When was it decided that like 40 hours would be like the working standard even? I feel like there are some occupations that I would probably be fine with just doing like, say, 32, 33 hours per week. Don't increase the number of hours in a day to fit that seemingly arbitrary 40-hour limit. Soak the worn out foot paws, yeah. We'd add that here in the 70s, 3-day work week. Oh man, now that sounds wonderful. As long as you got like enough income to sustain yourself. I think that would be the other key point. Well, this is just a qualifier, right? And I've already got a good qualifying time, so I just wanted to... Yeah, it's qualifying, so if we just wanted to skip to the end, we can do that. I think jobs were easier to come by back then. Yeah, they were. There were the times where other people would talk about, yeah, you just like walk into a place, say, I want a job, and the guy at the counter would be like, all right, get back here and start trying it out. But yeah, nowadays we got like way more people looking for a job and not as many positions. And unfortunately, they're all kind of sequestered into similar skill sets. You know, depending on your occupation, you might have an easier or a harder time. Yeah, none of the online personality tests and stuff. That always weirded me out. I do remember when I would apply for supermarkets, right, just to get any job, and some of them would run you through those like 30 questionnaires of like what if questions. It's like, oh yeah, you encounter your coworkers doing a thing. What would you do in this situation? Or you have a customer that is behaving this way. What would you do? I guess in a sense I might be able to get it, but I'm not sure if you need like that many questions to kind of determine if someone would be a good fit personality-wise. And even then, they always felt like a bit more insidious to me, right? They're not looking for, people who would gel with the coworkers well, or who would be well-behaved, but might be looking out for other things. Yeah, all that plus the application form stuff. I think the one that always got me was like the references. They would always go, oh yeah, please put down 3 people that we would contact for references, and I don't know, I always felt weird about that. Because, I'd never... Okay, what if I just restarted? Can I restart? Because boy howdy, it feels like it would be hard to kind of fight my way back to the front there. But yeah, just get in contact with the people in the jobs I worked previously. Like, hey, is it okay if I put your name and number down? Because I'm applying for a company and they might contact you in the future. Honestly, part of me wonders if there are companies that do that. Because I feel like, at least for me, I would put down their name and really wouldn't hear anything else. Right? Like, no one ever came back to me and said, oh yeah, I got, this company contacted me and I put in a good word for you, anything like that, so. I wonder if that's just like the companies I applied to, if they actually don't contact references at all. Maybe my qualifications were good enough. I don't know. On the flip side, I was never contacted by a company either. Right? No one ever contacted me going, hey, we're here to ask you about this other person. They put you down as a reference. And I did get put down as a reference for some other folks. Right? They would get in touch with me and I would go, yeah, sure, go ahead. Put down my name and number. I'll be sure to put in a good word for you. But never got contacted by a company for that, so... Granted, I am just one person, so... I can only speak anecdotally. Never liked them asking about your orientation and stuff. It's nobody's business but my own. Yeah! Unfortunately... Like, man, I just wish it would just be like one of those things that people are like, ah, okay, right? They don't treat it like as it's some mythical thing. It's just is what it is. Shouldn't be anything that stands out, right? At the very least, people shouldn't go flying off the handle because of it. Don't know if it's the same everywhere, but when I'm doing recruitment, we contact the referees after they've passed interviews and or they've been offered the job. Ah. So it's kind of like the last line kind of thing, where you just need to really narrow it down and you're trying to decide between one or the other. So like, okay, let's get some additional accounts in here and then we can perhaps make a more educated decision. I get that. The final check, yeah. I can see that. Certainly not saying that having references isn't useful, because there might be a case where, I imagine, at least I've read stories about it, where someone does get in touch and, you know, they get contacted by another company that's like, oh yeah, we're here to call about this fella. And then the other person's like, yeah, no, this person, I don't know why they put me down as a reference. I'm not gonna say anything good about them. I was like, ah, I see. The one case where having references might come in handy. It's true what they say, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Yeah, it's how you get your foot in the door. It's like, networking and all that. Oh my god. This rain is messing with me something fierce. It's like... turn too much even a bit and suddenly I'm just swerving. I'm just out of control. That's against the law here. You can't give a bad reference. Whoa! I mean, I can see why they would forbid that. Because there might be, you know, less than savory companies out there that might be chomping at the bit to drag someone through the mud undeservedly, but on the other hand, there might be a truly bad employee who might actually want to try to warn other folks away from. But when it comes to protections, I'd rather err on the side of the employee, right? Not the company. So I get that feel. They forgot to mention that they've been in the slammer or something. Yeah, that's more like a background check kind of thing, right? You do a background check on them and see what their record is like. But some might argue that, you know, just having prior convictions should not disqualify a person from a job, and to that extent, I would agree with them. It would depend on the kind of thing, right? If they got charged or jailed for like a small theft, like 10 years ago or something like that, then clearly that shouldn't be held against them. But, you know, depending on the job and the type of crimes that they're being charged for, it might make all the difference. They even do those checks for volunteer jobs now. Well, it doesn't matter what kind of job it is, right? If any sort of job, you kind of want that sort of safe work environment, safe, friendly work environment, so it would probably do folks well to kind of make sure that the person they want to take on is what will be a good one. Will fit well. Be like a Ministry of Defense check if you work in a bank. Yeah, I imagine depending on the occupation, they might be more stringent or be more thorough with their checks as well, right? Anyways, that's another championship down. Another trophy for the shelf. Oh, I see. Bronze. Oh, I thought that was gonna be like a triple like before. I was gonna say, oh, okay, so that's why they have like the triple notice, because it's bronze, silver, gold, but that was just bronze. Ah, Joey Negri's like, fantastic job. That puts us in a great position for the race. Just get a good start to maintain it, and the win may be ours. Oh yeah. Let's see what's a preview of what's up next. Dubai Kart Masters Cup. How many? Oh. Round 1 of 1. Oh man. Or wait. No, this is like the proper start of the supercart season. Right. The other stuff was like all invitationals and, or no, maybe, I don't know. I'm talking out of my butt here. But yeah, I think we'll leave that for next week. There we go. There's our start into our Project Cars career here. Kicked butt in the first kart season there, and well into our second supercart season. So I think this is pretty cool. Nice, laid back, probably a good framework for more chatting as we usually do in these kinds of race game streams. So yeah, I think I will continue playing this next week. But yeah, for now, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Yeah, shoot the breeze and all that, right? Indeed, I do like it. I do like that. Have a good night. Yeah, you have a good night too. And thanks for coming by. And thanks to everyone for hanging out and chatting. And even if you just lurked, I appreciate each and every one of you. I'll be back on Friday, and we'll continue Outer Worlds. I actually spoiled myself a little bit and checked out like the main story quest line, and we're actually pretty far along it. So there's still the matter the DLC to go to. So I suspect that we'll probably start one of those on Friday, but I guess we'll see. We'll see you then. Right. For now, let's look for someone to raid. And this game does that thing where it kind of becomes inactive when you tab out, so I'll see if I can start up like a Project Cars OST. Still surprised by the music. It's like, good lord, why is the music so dramatic, so epic for a game like this? It's like the Master Duel effect, even though I know Master Duel came out later. It's like, man, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel comes out with like the big epic music, and just like your face melts. Can you believe that there's like a whole playlist on YouTube for the Project Cars OST? They got like track names and everything. It's interesting. Okay. Let's see who's online. It's my recap page. Ooh, have I mentioned that they changed the raid browser? It's a lot more detailed now. It threw me for a bit, but I liked all the extra stuff they added, so you can see like how many viewers they have, how long they've been streaming for, and can even like maybe check their stream quick to make sure you're not raiding into someone who's about to end. That's always a fun time. Oh man, I saw someone playing Gears 5. Oh yeah, that was the other game they announced at the Xbox show. Gears of War E-Day. That one was pretty fun, because I think, you know, when the trailer first started, my brother and I were wondering, oh man, what is this all about? Then I realized, oh wait, that armor. I think this is Gears of War, and we were trying to figure out, okay, is this like Gears 6 or something else? But then I think it was like the point where they panned out to like the city that's being besieged, and I just said, oh, I think I know what this is. Gears of War Emergence Day. And then like a second later, they showed the titles like Gears of War E-Day. I was like, ah, yeah. Definitely like final game of the presentation material right there. That's how you get people talking. I've noticed that like a lot of shows do that now. They always have like that one more thing, and then they have that sort of showstopper kind of game right there. It's like, oh, this is the one everyone's going to be talking about, right? And a lot of people attempt that. Sometimes they do it well, like with Gears of War E-Day, and sometimes it's like, sure. Oh. I didn't realize this playlist also included Project Cars 2 tracks. That's fine. It's fine. Well, at the very least, it seems like the style of music doesn't change. It's still that sort of low-key, dramatic kind of music. Like, oh man, something incredible's about to happen. You know, I'm curious, is anyone else streaming Project Cars? I have to imagine not. Because Project Cars 1 is delisted, and look, this game is like 7 years old now. Who the hell is going to be playing Project Cars 7 years later? Why would you be playing Project Cars when Project Cars 3 is right there? Never mind that Project Cars 3 is apparently a very different game from the first two Project Cars. Here, see what they got. Part of me wishes that they would update like the follower limit for Twitch already. You'd think 2,000 would be a lot, but there was definitely a period of time there where I would follow like every VTuber I came across, but now that I'm hitting that upper limit of folks I can follow, I gotta be more selective with who I follow. And even then, I'll occasionally just like take a pass through it and see whoever's inactive, and if they've been inactive for a while, or if their page has been like completely cleaned out. I'll just unfollow them because they're probably long gone. Yeah, but one or two like that, and I've already gotten through most folks who would just be inactive, so even that well is drying up, so now I just gotta be picky. Just gotta pick and choose. Because I don't want to just like unfollow people randomly if they're still streaming. That doesn't feel right, you know? Just like jump in here to another tag. Honestly, I wish Twitch would let us search by multiple tags. Can we do that? Or is it just like one tag at a time? Oh yeah, one tag at a time. Fortunately, it feels like that's like the way the back end works. If they want to overhaul the search, they'd have to overhaul that. And when you got a site that's working on like 10 years, many years worth of code, it can be difficult. Because you never know if like changing one thing will just end up breaking everything else. When something like this, you want to be like 200% sure that any change you make isn't gonna completely snap things in half. Because that's when the exploiters roll in, and it's gonna be pretty hard to recover from that. Been several dark and darker streams as well. I heard that one came back on Steam. I also heard that they made some substantial changes to the way things worked. So it's like a pretty different game than it was before. Seems like reactions to that are mixed. That tag's not. Oh, what else to do except swing back around? What was one of the other things I noticed that I think streamers can now, or maybe they've been able to do it before, but it's like now viewers can choose to blur out any thumbnails that may potentially, for streams that might potentially have sexual themes, which is like, you know what, that works. It's enough granular control to the user where it's like, if they start complaining about it, they can go, yeah, you know what, there's a setting we have, you can blur out those thumbnails, so you don't have to look at it. If that ain't your thing, Okay, how many songs have we gone through now? Is that 3 of them? A bit longer than usual. I should probably just pick someone already and get on with it. I think I have... Alright, you know what? Might have found someone. See how things are going there. Okay. Looks like they're still streaming, so we'll go with them. Oh yeah. Here we go. Stop raids. Oh, I just realized, does the raid feature prioritize folks who are just started their raid, or at least are just short into it? I feel like that at least makes sense. At least among those I'm following, because everyone they're recommending it is someone I am following, so that does make sense. We're gonna raid someone here. Let's see. Oh yeah, and I forgot all these stats, other stats. I think I mentioned this before, but yeah. To let you know if they're subscribed to you, if they're followed to you, if they've rated you recently. That's all pretty cool. All information that you can use to determine if you, alright, this is someone I want to raid into, or if it's not someone you want to raid into, but let's see if this one goes through. Alright, cool. It went through. Fem Best Peoples is playing Terraria, the 2D survival crafting game, long runner, lots of content, pretty cool. A lot of people like it. You can relax with that. After some relaxing driving, maybe settle down with probably not so relaxing 2D survival crafting. Okay, raid message. I think I got one. This one's easy. This one's easy. There. If you're joining in on the raid, give them the project raid, and if not, have a good rest of your week. I'll see you on Friday for more of the Outer Worlds. Take care. Yeah. It was like go-karts. It was go-karts, right? That was the thing that was really finicky. Controlling the car was like no problem at all. Although I admit, that was like part of the reason why I started up the game beforehand, so I could putz with the controls a bit, because I saw someone have like a recommended settings and I went and put those in, and it seems like it did its job because the car felt like it was handling alright, close enough to what I'm used to, so I'll keep with that. Alright, see ya.